are recording.
We're recording?
Yeah, we up.
I mean, every time you say recording, I don't feel like you have enough confidence. You say it like a little bit like recording?
No, I say it like, I'm in a 1950s, like, and we're live from Molly's house.
I wish you would say it like that. Actually, we're live.
And we're live from Casa de la Queer here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm joined today by Matthew Gannier, Sexy Maddie G, and Kaity, who unnicknamed. I don't have a name for.
Is there no nickname for you, Kaity? K-Bomb?
I mean,
Special K? Is that what we're doing?
No.
Special K. I like it. And then over here, joined by Shuey/Frank.
Also known as Haylee.
Nope, just Shuey.
Shuey?
I
know your name, but like
Yeah.
your last name it can lend to such great nicknames. The best to go with Shuey?
Shuey or Shoe.
Shoe's good.
Shoe.
But I mean,
It's a universal family nickname.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Andy. Kaity goes by Andy sometimes.
my nickname in high school was Muscles. If that tells you anything
Well, that's
about my high
not
school
applicable
experience.
anymore. Oh,
Hey now.
I got more muscles.
Back
than
yourself
you.
into a corner. Don't. No.
Okay.
Whoa.
Shit just happened.
So this is a great way to start the lesbian episode intro. Lesbians getting defensive about lesbians.
Yeah,
Yes.
shit happens. All right. So this is the intro to the lesbians episode, which you will hear me just lose all control at one point.
I have video proof. I was taking pictures. I've never seen Matt silenced, and he was utterly, undescribably just unable to speak.
I was trying to find a moment to like jump in or add something. I was like, no, I got no idea what's happening right now. And essentially, we were talking about the thing I know the most about, movies. So, like, I mean, at the very least, I should be able to have I should be like, yeah, the cinematography was great. I had nothing to say. I was like, oh my god, I enjoyed myself though. I had a really good time.
Stumped Matt.
We
I'm
stumped
really
Matt.
proud of that.
And the thing is, like, I know we talked on the podcast. I know quite a bit of like lesbian movies. You just pick the weird deep cuts.
No.
Hey,
no.
Hey,
We picked
now.
We
the
picked
good
the
ones.
popular lesbian
You
movies.
Mulholland Drive, guys. We didn't talk about Mulholland Drive once.
We talked about it.
Yeah, when I brought it up, you guys said no. You kicked it over.
Yeah. That was talking.
David Fincher, come on, it's great.
Hey, Matt, we did give you a suggestion and made you watch it, and it's your new favorite movie.
We did a follow-up episode since then. Me and I think it's Molly's. We're catching it. We call it.
Yeah,
no.
it was like a catch up. It was new movies for Matt, old movies for Molly.
Yes, and we talked about it. I forgot how much I love Debs until I saw it again, and Girl Trash was
Phenomenal.
It's an amazing.
It's because it's so like unique and strange, but I love it so much. I like any movie that's like original, and that's original in 20 different ways. Like that is.
Your life will forever be changed.
It's like the first time I saw The Matrix. What happened? What did I just watch? You know? Oh my God, are robots running our lives? Oh my God, are golf clubs like weapons of mass destruction? I didn't know this. You know, things were changed.
Based off of that watching Debs, we've now decided to make T-shirts for Pride here in Milwaukee. They're going to say not Amy on all of our shirts except for Matt's, who's going to say Amy because Matt likes to run away when he's drunk. So we will be chasing Amy the whole night.
It's
great.
like a triple pun.
It's got so many layers of puns.
fantastic.
I mean, it works so many times because I don't like to run away. I just like to. There's a point in the night where I realize
you literally
Matt,
run from us.
Matt.
We're
There
like,
was-
where's Matt going? And then suddenly look out the window and he's bolting outside.
You were sprinting.
there was an Uber and I was going to hook up with someone, so I needed to make like it was New Year's Eve and the Ubers were scarce. I had to get out of the car. Like,
Gotta get it while you can.
yeah. Other nights I just show like just use a point where I'm just like, okay, I need to go to bed. Like that's how it is. Like
And you run
But
away.
you don't tell anybody that you're leaving. You just are gone.
this is my fear. If I tell people I'm leaving, the party will just evaporate. 'Cause let's be honest, I'm the linchpin, and I just want them to keep going without me. Oh, you think you're the linchpin? What?
I am the linchpin.
What? In what world
of
are you the
this
linchpin?
house.
Oh, the house, sure. I don't know.
Yes.
Can we make like a L word style chart of how everyone knows everyone?
I mean,
for
I've never seen the
those
L word, so I
Just
don't.
put it in the
Oh.
description.
What,
Whoa.
Matt? You've never seen the L word either?
Whoa.
We definitely talked about this on the podcast.
Yes, we
Girls
have.
in
I
tight
just
dresses
can't fathom that.
I seen Queer's Folk as close as I got to that.
Okay. Well, that's too many gay people.
We
not
just
enough
watched the
lesbians.
highlights of the L word in another podcast.
They're making a new season now, a new
Yeah.
version
Yes.
of it.
Okay. And on that note, it's going to be written, and the showrunner for it is the same writer as one of my favorite movies, The Four-Faced Liar.
Ooh.
So it's going to be fantastic. She is so unknown that if you search her on Facebook, you can stalk her life. Her personal Facebook is just out
Question.
there because
Are
she's
you
so unpopular.
Are you stalking her life?
I may have
Obviously.
stalked it.
Yeah.
I was trying to find like her public page so I could like it and like follow show updates. No, she just has a personal Facebook
you
because
friend her?
she's such an unknown.
How many times have you
name.
been outside of Starbucks while she's eating or drinking there, and you just been watching from a window?
I can't go to LA. I don't have that kind of money. Are you kidding me? I wish I could.
Okay.
That's where the real lesbians are.
This is true. I have some lesbian friends in LA, and
Katie
do
knows
fine.
a YouTuber.
yeah,
I do know a YouTuber, a famous one too.
Is it Molly? 'Cause she-
Well,
she-
you know
we-
the YouTuber's girlfriend.
No,
or
I know
fiance.
the fiance.
Yeah,
I know the
the fiance.
YouTuber's fiance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we went on a golfing trip together to Scotland.
Just about as gay as it gets. Golfing
It's
in
just
kilts,
another-
anyone?
The only
So that was this episode. This was the episode.
just to clarify, Katie
Yeah, this
just
is the one-
winked
you're
at
just-
Haley.
yeah. I don't know why I'm doing an intro for this. This is the episode. We just did more of the episode right now. Okay.
There's no
This is
decorum
a great
with lesbians.
intro into the episode.
So if you
don't
enjoyed
need
this,
anything
there's
else.
there's more of this plus another person plus just dirtier talk.
It gets real dirty, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't listen, Mom. Like I know I say that on every episode, but don't listen.
Actually, though, like on recommendation from Molly's somewhat roommate and actual roommate, don't listen.
yeah.
Mom, if you learn how to actually like listen to a podcast, listen to it. I'm proud of you. Let's just keep going.
Using it.
Oh,
There we
perfect. Perfect.
Is there anyone else have anything they want to say before we end this intro? That just is.
And
more
when
of
we
the
say
episode?
lesbian, we're not being uninclusive. Just women loving women. You know that we're not excluding the bisexuals.
Yes, but everybody that was on the podcast, besides you, Matt, identified as lesbian.
So that's why we threw
I love
away
you were like,
around
oh
that
yeah, I guess
term.
Matt was there too. Okay.
Just
Well-
to clarify, we understand that there are bisexuals and other identities within these movies and in these things, but because we all identified as lesbian, we just kind of went with the flow of the conversation.
Thank you for that.
Okay.
P.S.
I mean, on the episode you did call me honorary lesbian, so maybe may feel very.
Oh yeah, we
are.
did.
You're
You
more
are an
lesbian than I
honorary.
am, to be quite
And Haley's the
honest.
most lesbian.
Hey,
Wow.
Whoa.
She
I'm the
golfs.
most lesbian.
Haley
most
watches more and knows
stereotypical.
more than anyone I've ever met.
Okay,
as far as
I
lesbians.
check out the most stereotypes.
I'm a pop culture lesbian.
Yeah, I'm just one of those weird, unique lesbians.
Way to toot
The-
your own
she-
horn.
I don't fit in any of the categories. I'm not a sports lesbian. I'm not really a pop culture lesbian.
You're a theater lesbian.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
no.
are.
You fit
You are
into
a
it.
theater
Are we
lesbian.
sure?
Yes.
Through and through.
Yeah. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you are a theater lesbian.
And Matt's
Honorary, remember? Honorary.
yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
fine.
He's just a standard ye old lesbian.
Sure. Why the fuck not? Okay.
We've silenced Matt again. So on that note, please enjoy this episode. If you don't enjoy this episode, don't tell us. Let us think we're entertaining. Please.
This is at the very least, I feel like one of our funniest episodes. I laughed a lot.
I mean, it was gold.
I still need to listen to it.
I mean, it hasn't been uploaded yet
Yeah,
because we've
this
been
is-
this
But I
is
live with the editor, so
yeah.
the
So the running
producer, whatever, your editor and producer.
Yes.
What else what other roles do you
Director.
czar.
have? Okay. Well, I
She's-
live with you, so I should have been able to listen to it.
She's
This
also
is true.
she's also Batman.
We're gonna
I'm
have to get them a
Batman.
crown.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, this is known fact. Batman. Katie is Batman.
Wait, Katie's Batman?
Haley's Wonder Woman.
What?
Yeah.
And I
Look at the magnets on the fridge.
yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I want to see that Justice League movie so bad.
100% in the same category.
I said someday.
I was
in,
I was like, what? I was really excited for like what DC character. Forever at home, I'm wearing a Nightwing shirt. That's how much. It's like, what DC character is Molly going to be? I'm like, in my head, well, she's definitely not Aquaman. And
They really want to be Sarah Lance, but
no, they really want to date Sarah Lance.
Date?
we were using a different term there.
Okay.
I
Keeping
mean,
it
The
PG.
PG.
Why is the intro PG?
no, I want to fuck Sarah Lance,
Yeah.
but I want it to be on a long-term basis. So I want to date Sarah Lance.
You just want to sit there and watch her on the salmon ladder.
Yes. Oh, I just want to be in a relationship with her and Ava Sharp. Honestly, that would be fantastic.
okay.
Goal thruples. Thruple goals.
I don't know if anybody's gonna know that reference. Smalls.
Thruple goals?
Thruples is a thing.
Thruple is
It's
a term.
Yeah.
It's a term.
Yeah,
we didn't
thruple or
just
not.
make it up.
Well, I just heard it.
Do you not remember Faking It? The other
Oh,
famed
yes.
lesbian show?
God. No,
Was
the
it-
other famed
was it
lesbian
famed?
show
It was
is
odd.
South of Nowhere.
Okay,
South of
all right.
Nowhere. Yes.
It's the three
Yes.
generations of queer shows. The L Word,
Yeah.
South of Nowhere, and then for the Uber Baby Dykes, it's Faking It.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
know the middle one.
South of Nowhere? Early 90s show.
The N.
The two leads from Girl Trash,
Okay.
they're the lead couple in a TV
What
show
service / network would
The
that show
N.
been on?
at the end.
It was a Canadian. It became Teen Nick
Oh.
eventually, but it was the N before that.
Yeah.
It's Degrassi adjacent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
it's just the-
there's. I'm too old for all that. It's like I actually enjoy it retroactively.
You cannot be too old for Degrassi. There's literally always been Degrassi. It's like
just
the eternal
It's
show.
the Kanye Reeves of TV shows.
It just
It's
keeps
just-
restarting.
You all talk while I look at Degrassi when it started. 'Cause I feel like I definitely missed it. I feel like it was for like preteens and teens when I was like a little too old for it already. You know?
Well, see, like I watched Degrassi: The Next Generation,
Oh.
but like Degrassi started in like the 80s.
Yeah, it's been a
Well,
thing.
okay, when it was
And then
available
they're-
in Wisconsin, I could watch it. I remember like being a thing where this is on TV, but like I was too old for it at the point because it just wasn't available like on our cable at that
You're
point.
never too old for Degrassi.
I've never seen Degrassi.
It's
I don't
pure
know.
high school soap opera.
Drake is in Degrassi.
Yeah.
In a wheelchair.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, I'm aware of that, but
And the girl from 90210.
wait, what?
Oh, and what's his name from 90210? Just passed away this week.
Luke Perry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
the
also
remake
the
of 90210.
Yeah,
Well,
he was
also,
also
like,
the father
On
in
Riverdale. What's gonna
Pitch
happen on
Perfect.
Riverdale now? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You want to watch Riverdale here?
They're gonna kill him off or replace
Of
him.
course, yeah.
Katie,
But it
can
would
you
fit
make
to
that
kill
face
him.
you were just making a second ago?
No.
Okay, this is derailed. We're this is the episode. Okay, all right, and thank you for listening and enjoy this new episode of Better in 3D.
Talking, laughing, loving, breathing, fighting, fucking, crying, drinking, riding, winning, losing, cheating, kissing, thinking, dreaming.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Better in 3D. I'm your host Matthew James Grenier, and welcome to a special mini episode of lesbian movies. To my left, I got producer Molly.
Lesbian movies.
Did you like my rendition of it?
Yeah, I did. And I also feel like while we're introing, I feel like we need to inform everyone that Matt's an honorary lesbian.
They gave me a hat and everything.
Yeah.
It comes with a pin, but I got to return it when I leave. That's how it works.
We do talk about that quite frequently, though.
That I'm an honorary lesbian?
That you are as lesbian as the rest of us.
Like, we consider you part of our posse. So, you have your other lesbian friends that are the other lesbians.
Yeah.
But to be fair, you're the blend. You are the pivot that we all turn
He's the
upon.
bridge.
Okay. Well, I love this honorary position.
Yeah.
The bridge.
The
The
position.
bridge.
That's a good word for this, too.
It's like an office I hold. That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
In 2 years, I have to be voted back in.
Yeah, we had to get with the council.
It's not a
see if
lifetime.
There's a vote.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
This is
Do
where
I-
we pay our
Re-
dues to get our gay
recertification.
card.
Do I have to start campaigning right now, or can I get a little downtime for?
I feel
Well,
like
we'll
we need
see
to build
after
up a
this
name.
episode.
We need to get a little notoriety going around town. We need to get you back into Walker's Pint. So update your license so that you don't keep getting kicked out of Walker's Pint.
Oh, great idea.
Yes.
Come party with the gays. The female gays.
The female gays. I mean, sure, I part of the gays.
Just the male gays.
Hey, I part of the female gays, and they stopped letting me in because my license expired. I mean, I'm only 36. Like, who doesn't let me in the fucking place?
I mean,
True, but at the same time,
I've seen high
They're not
schoolers
trying to
that
get
look
in
like
trouble.
you.
No, there's. Well, I mean, I'm not. I'm just saying 21. Okay,
seen
so
high
we derailed already. So once again, that was Molly Grace as producer Molly. Say hi to everyone real quick. And let's have the new people introduce themselves. To my right, I have Haylee. I don't know your last names. I feel weird. That's a made-up name. What's your real name?
No, that's my name.
Haylee Thunderbolt.
Do we use code names here?
No, but I like that idea. Okay.
I'll stick with Thunderbolt. It's very Harry Potter-esque, and I'm all for that.
Did you share the Harry Potter book thing I sent you?
no, I really should though.
It's great, right?
Yeah,
What is it?
Harry Potter and the Brown Bag is what I came
I
up
got
with.
Harry Potter in the Red Window.
I
sounded
would
like a real
watch
book.
that. It was like pick a color to the right of you and an object to the left of you, and it makes a Harry Potter title.
And it kind of happens pretty, works
yeah,
every time.
yeah. Like I
That's
mean, this one
awesome.
I would be like the green sock, Harry Potter and the green sock.
Sounds like a-
Like
Harry Potter and the teal cookie.
There
yeah.
we go.
Harry
Yeah.
Potter and the blue microphone.
There we go.
There we go.
Brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant. I
And-
thought this was going to be like you guys know about like the Christian Harry Potter book.
It's just,
What?
wait, what?
There's a Christian.
Yeah,
Harry
like you have
Potter?
to like pray to open the door instead of casting a spell.
Yeah, it's pretty much just avoiding magic in general.
It's because magic is Satan. So
First of all, Jesus is a desert wizard, so I mean I don't know why that's a problem. He just uses magic all day long. Like the church should double down on magic. They would be the coolest religion.
High key,
Oh.
mom.
We got wizards and we have
welcome to the Church of Harry Potter.
okay.
There's
Oh,
so there's a
Lord.
podcast actually that has that. It's two people who they have some sort of religious degrees and they go through Harry Potter as religious text and they talk about what it's like as religious text. It's so fascinating.
That's good. Oh. You listen to Binge Mode?
No.
Oh, it's a Harry Potter like in depth
Mugglecast.
like fantastic podcast. You gotta listen to it.
Mugglecast.
That was my lawn mowing podcast when I was younger. Mugglecast. It was all the rage and the theorizing before the 7th book came out.
Oh Lord.
I had so many theories. I wrote to J.K. Rowling about them. This is quickly
Wow.
derailed from lesbian
Okay.
to Harry Potter.
Let's go back to Katie. This to my right. I also don't know your last name.
Pretty basic
Katie
name.
Lightning Strike. I'm giving. There's all different element names.
Lightning
here.
Okay.
bolt and
Here.
lightning
Lightning
strike.
strike.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we're together, so it makes sense.
There we go.
Yeah. You
should be
and
thunder.
far away from me, on the other side of the table, who's just making comments. I 100% forgot your name. I'm gonna make it up. Your name is Carmen Rainstorm. I don't know how's going on. I don't. Introduce yourself to the people.
She's known by many names here.
Oh, yeah. I've heard.
Okay.
You know what? She can be she who will not be named over there.
Yes, she who will not
Could
be
she who will not be named put the microphone to her mouth and say hello?
High key, my mother is not allowed to listen to this. I'm going to block her from it.
Okay, and if you are new to our podcast, basically what we do is we're a bunch of people who like to drink some booze and talk about movies. So as we coined last time, we are below average brains and above average livers talking about movies.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What you drinking, Matt?
I am drinking an OG from MKE. This is a green tea infused beer. It's fantastic, and it has a little Godzilla on the front, which makes it double great.
I also am drinking that, and I really like it. To be a little different, though, I am vaping a Brew City Blue Raz right now.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm also drinking some Genesee Cream Ale from New York's oldest brewery. It was $3.99 for a 6-pack, which is pretty cheap, but for like $8.99, you got a 30-pack, and I thought to myself, even it's super cheap, I'm like, I can't buy 30 of these beers not knowing what's going to happen. It could be the worst beer of all time. I mean,
How is it?
it's passable. I didn't go blind, and I didn't throw up, so we want to win there. So
Are we sponsored by alcohol?
we are sponsored by, our unofficial sponsor, Cool Brewing for Cool Ice for La Crosse, Wisconsin. We love you, Cool Ice. We're not drinking tonight, but we're in my mind, I'm drinking you. And actually, I forgot our actual sponsor.
I was going to say, don't we have a real
We
one?
actually have a real sponsor. We'll do the rest of the beers, and I'll do the sponsor. What's
Oh, do we always talk about what beers we're drinking?
Oh,
Is that
yes.
a thing? Oh, okay.
Pretend like you've listened to this podcast.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay,
I've
what-
been here before.
What are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking Smith and Forage hard if I could speak, Smith and Forage hard cider made strong.
Oh, and you enjoy it?
Well, obviously, I wouldn't be drinking it.
No, I'll drink something I hate till the end. You were here the other night when I drank that caramel apple thing to the.
That's true.
Oh.
You put yourself through some shit.
Hey, I wasn't gonna let it win. Okay, it existed.
You
and
rode
I-
that
and-
all the way through the bus.
Oh, yeah, we did ride the bus. Yeah, Jesus, it's rough.
It's a weird night.
Kate, are you just mentally drinking something right now?
So I forgot to get a drink before we started, but I'm about to.
I can give you my life.
No, I'm probably gonna go get a Captain and root beer.
Good for you. Oh, is that a type of drink, Captain Root Beer?
I didn't buy you
So-
root beer.
Oh, you
Oh,
didn't buy our beer?
podcast
You-
over. Everyone go home.
Wanted Puma Cola if they had it. I assumed that was an either or
I
situation.
wonder if my private stock would be good in Puma Cola. I'm gonna go try. Hold on.
Okay. While Katie goes to shovel drink, we'll get things going here. I should talk about our one and only sponsor because, they pay us. So if you are interested in doing yoga in the southeastern Wisconsin district, area, go to Peace Yoga Studio and Wellness Center on Appleton Avenue in Menominee Falls. Their phone number is 262-501-9500. First class is free. They have yoga, acupuncturists, massage therapists, chiropractors, and tons of great events. Upcoming events include toddler yoga and a retreat to, I believe, Watertown. I'm not sure. Somewhere around here. They're doing a retreat. It's supposed to be fun. And I found out just recently, ladies only, which I feel is a bullshit. Like, maybe I wanted to go to the retreat. Maybe I could go, but I guess I can't.
Well, you do
Oh
have your
my God.
honorary lesbian card coming in the mail, so if you
Babe,
get-
let's go do yoga. Let's go do yoga.
Hey, you want to do yoga. It's great. Probably not. I mean, I've done it a bunch of times. It's fine.
I can't sit on the floor without hurting.
Okay, what? You can't stand a
That's
floor
what
without
yoga
hurting?
is for.
Yeah.
Looking for the record, we're gonna take it yoga.
My hips always hurt.
This sounds like an actual medical condition.
Did you spend too much time on your
Yeah.
back?
Oh, let's do yoga.
Did she just call you a slut
Well,
very fastly? Like, that was fantastic.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes, she did.
Smooth.
I don't know if we can publish this podcast.
She who cannot be named throws a major shade, and I like it.
Oh, she does.
Oh,
Sorry.
there
Oh,
we
no apologies.
go. All right.
This is why I'm not allowed in public.
So, well, so today we're just, and once again, I wanted to call this the Spitecast, but it's not. We planned another podcast. It fell through.
Yeah.
So out of sheer defiance, we were doing this podcast. So if it's loosey-goosey and all over the place, well, I apologize ahead of time.
This was not planned. This was literally, we sat down and had a conversation. We're like, let's put mics on this.
Yeah, so we're doing lesbian movies. Because, if you can't tell by everyone's voice, they're all lesbians here. So that's fantastic.
Is that how we all identify too? Like, officially?
I mean, besides that, yeah.
I prefer gay, but that's an entire can of worms that
Yeah,
we don't
okay,
need
we
to
don't
go
have time for
into.
that can of worms.
No, let's hear it. I want to hear the whole thing.
Lesbian is pornographic.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, straight
tell me.
Oh
up.
I
my
have no
god,
idea.
yeah. Yeah. Like
It's
you
just-
say lesbian and guys think like girls making out and
For
for their viewing
Yes.
pleasure.
Because
Yeah, they'll be like, I get different reactions if I tell
I
someone
think
I'm a
I think
lesbian
of, I
versus
think
if I
of
tell them I'm
flannels and
gay.
tools when I think of lesbians.
That's because
Okay,
you're a
that's-
lesbian
yeah.
yourself.
Oh, okay.
You
But
understand.
when you talk to straight guys, all they see is the fake lesbian porn that is free on the internet.
Why isn't all porn fake?
if you type in lesbian, the first
Well,
thing that
yeah.
comes up is porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But gay women, totally different
Yeah.
story.
If we type gay women, would it be gay women porn? Would it be the first thing up there?
No,
No, because
no.
por-
there you
women
Because we're more than porn. Thank you very
lesbian
much.
porn is not made for lesbians. Let's just put it that way.
I would 100% agree with that.
Oh yeah,
It's made for like 19-year-old dudes in their dorm room. That's
Yeah.
what it's
yeah,
for.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
So,
all right. Didn't take too much time.
And we've
Molly made it sound like it was
educated
going to be like you were to get up on a soapbox and yell at us for 45 minutes.
I mean, we have
mean,
this
we
conversation, I want to say weekly.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So, yeah. And like
Struggle.
this is, box of worms, can of worms.
No, I sounds totally legit.
bad drink.
How is that Puma Cola with a...
I put a little too much Captain in it.
That's
Well, you
not-
still have like half a bottle of Puma there to just
Yeah, but
it off.
I probably will put more Captain in it.
Okay, so
excellent choice.
you who should not be named, what are you drinking?
A berry, a Rita? I don't know. Something.
A berry Rita. I want to say that she who must not be named is representing the baby dykes on this podcast.
I don't drink, okay? I don't know what I like to drink.
This is unrelated to your drink preference,
But also kind of related to
but
your
also
drink
kind of related
preference.
by a simple age
yeah, at
factor.
the same time, if we're talking about like what drink you're, that's my wheelhouse. So you're not a drinker. We're trying to break you in.
Pretty much.
Okay, well, we'll fix this before we're done here. I mean, they are not your friends because that's going to make you throw up later because that is definitely not what you want.
To be fair, we didn't buy this.
It was all Molly.
Miss Molly over there.
Classic
bought this.
Molly.
Well, I had to get something fruity that she would actually enjoy drinking.
Okay.
And she
do
doesn't like
shots.
Mike's. So,
Sometimes.
oh, I don't think we need to do shots
Have you
yet.
had it
Molly
before?
can't do shots.
No, Molly can't do shots.
No,
Molly
Molly
throws
chews.
up every time she
Okay.
takes a shot.
We're derailed again.
gonna talk
This is
about
gonna
a
be
lesbian
Let's
movie?
start. Molly, first lesbian movie you would like to talk about. Let's break the ball rolling. What
I want to
is
start with my favorite lesbian movie.
of all time?
I don't know if it's of all time, but it's like the one, like, I'm having a bad day, I go to this movie. And it's The Four-Faced Liar.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
It is
excellent
a
choice.
crappy little movie, and you used to be able to find it on Netflix, and now I think you can get it for like $2 on YouTube. And basically, it's it's a couple and then a friend, two friends. One's a lesbian, and then the other guy's straight, and then a straight couple, and they meet up in this bar in New York called The Four-Faced Liar, and the straight girl falls in love with the lesbian, and the straight guy is mad at his lesbian friend because he finally made a friend with the guy. It's a very weird plot, but the thing that I like about it is the writing is witty, and some of the smartest writing I've ever heard come from a lesbian movie doesn't have a big budget. Obviously, it's lesbian movies are typically pretty shittily made. They don't get the funding that they need to get. So, like, my favorite line is at the end of the movie, Bridget, the lesbian, she's having this crisis and she's all angry and she's standing in the middle of the street and her friend's like, or she's like, why don't I just hail a cab and let you get hit by a car? And she shoots back, no, I'm talking bus. So I like the writing in it, and so the actor that plays Bridget, she's also the writer and director of the movie. She is writing the L Word reboot So
Oh
I think
my
that
God.
says something
is
to
she?
her skill.
Serious?
Yes.
That'll be
She's
nice.
to this now.
she's the lead writer, I guess, on the cast of writers for that. So I'm looking forward to some quick-witted dialogue from Shane and Carmen.
Yeah.
Carmen is back for that. By the way.
Oh, Carmen's back.
Are they
too?
doing the same cast, or are they just doing like the whole thing?
I think it's most of the same cast. I don't entirely know. They haven't released yet. I don't think
We
if
just
Jenny's
gonna find out
coming back
who
or not.
murdered.
I would love for it to just be a one season, 10 episode one off of the trial investigation of how Jenny died.
Yes.
That's what they need.
And
Yeah.
don't try to bring Jenny back.
Yeah, no.
No,
we can
but
do
she's
without
like
her.
up in heaven with Dana, and they're just making salty comments. And Dana the entire time is just like,
podcast of-
"How did you get to heaven?
Wait,
How?"
a Heaven podcast?
Heaven podcast, just watching their
Yes.
lesbians from above.
And Dana is just really pissed that Jenny somehow made it to heaven. Like, if Dana had to die, she at least got to leave Jenny's presence.
And now she's
back.
stuck up there with her.
Lord.
I guess I have to watch the L Word. I've
Oh,
I've
no,
only
you
seen.
do not need to watch the L Word.
It sounds so
Oh,
ridiculous.
No.
Oh, it's great.
I've seen a few
Watch the
episodes. here and there.
highlight clips on YouTube, and that's
There you
all you need.
yeah, really.
All right, Haley, you got a movie you want to talk about?
There are so many.
Just go
so
for
many
one.
choices. Can we talk about, I mean, my go-to classic feeling down and need a pick-me-up is Imagine Me and You. That's like the classic happy ending lesbian movie where no one dies. But it does fall into the trope of cheating. So it's about a woman who's walking down the aisle to get married to a man, and she turns and looks to the side and sees her florist and falls in love at first sight with her. So it's their love story.
But it's like one of the few like lesbians like rom-coms. Like,
Yes,
it's a true
it's a true
rom-com.
rom-com.
Oh,
And it
okay.
doesn't
in
have
this perfect cheesy sense.
yeah.
I didn't think that was actually possible. That's always something really dramatic or sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Four-Faced Liar is there, but there's a little bit of heart to Four-Faced Liar that I don't think Imagine Me and You has.
And it has a lot of good chemistry.
Yeah.
Piper
Good.
Parabo and Lena Headey.
Oh, yeah.
And,
good
whoever the
chemistry.
guy in that movie is, he's pretty
seen a
good
lot
too.
now, too.
He's yeah.
Plus, it gives us the classic line, "You're a wanker number 9," which everyone needs in their life.
Yes.
Best insult in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two movies back to back I've not seen, which is not. If you listen to this podcast for you know I've pretty much seen every movie, but I guess I have not. So
Schooled in lesbian
Matt not
culture.
having a comment is weird.
it's
This
weird.
Is so
I'm like,
strange.
so at some point I thought you would say a movie I knew. I was like, oh, they'll say Carol at some point. I'll talk about that, but I guess not.
I mean, we can talk about it right now. It's
No,
it's good, but it's
I'm not going to force it. That's all organic here.
Yeah, no, Imagine
Probably
Me
the only
and
movie
You
I've
is
seen.
great one.
Carol's the only one. Like,
I don't watch movies. I read my books.
well,
Shame.
you read Carol. It's a book.
It's a book.
Yeah, it is a
I
book.
watched that movie, but
Yeah, it's a
The Price
good
of
movie.
Salt, right?
Yeah, The Price
Yeah.
of Salt.
We need to add it to the queer library.
Oh, we
Oh,
do.
yeah, we do.
Is that like the
It's right
It's
beside
right
you.
behind you, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh.
clear
It's,
library.
it's a one
We're
shelf
kidding.
because that's what we're
it's one
limited to.
it's one shelf and empty bottles of booze.
That's
The
not, and Legos.
sassy
And Legos. If that
And
doesn't
Legos,
tell
yeah.
you what you need to know.
Okay, kind of summed it up. All right, Katie, you got a movie for us?
So, I'm going to talk about girl trash.
Oh,
Which, if, probably most people don't know about, but it is a lesbian musical and that Molly is singing right now.
It's iconic. Like, there is no...
terribly-
It's so terrible.
I would say it's best known from the BuzzFeed video where the lesbians plan the gay man's night out and the gay men plan the lesbian night out. And they
they
fake
watch it,
the gay
yeah.
men watch girl trash and they're like, it's a lesbian musical. But, I mean, Katie, do you have more to say about this? Because you've really struck a chord with me here.
Yeah, I know. It's a funny one. It's really terrible.
Oh, yeah.
The music is horrible, but it's one of my favorites.
have you seen South of Nowhere?
Yeah, I have.
Because,
Yeah.
because South, it's basically like fan fiction for
For
South of Nowhere.
Yeah.
Because it's the two main lesbian characters from South of Nowhere. Well, one of them is bisexual.
Matt, if you don't know what South of Nowhere
No, I'm
is,
sorry. Wow, this is an experience me here. I love it.
it's a web series.
No, it
No.
was...
It was a TV show on
Oh.
Teen Nick or The N.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
It was
right.
a Canadian TV show.
Canadian
about
TV show.
lesbian
Okay,
teenagers.
it's fantastic. Like I could name like 25 lesbian movies right now, and you guys are not any of them. Like this is impressive. There's a
Yeah.
deep well of movies I'm not aware of.
And okay, so in girl trash, so you have to like really be in the lesbian fandom to understand and love girl trash because the main characters are from South of Nowhere. There is Tasha and Molly from the L Word in it. There is
I'm sorry, that movie was really like, yeah.
It's just a conglomeration of a bunch of
I want you to
lesbians
be like,
from other things.
Yeah.
it literally is. It's just every little character. You're like, oh, what were they from? What were they from? You play that game the entire movie, and just to put it in perspective how truly terrible this movie is, the title track from this movie is "Don't Shit on My Dreams. It's just my fantasy of what could possibly be, but it won't be."
The lyrics in any of the songs are just awfully written.
I mean, we just got sued now. We don't have the rights to that song. What are you doing?
No one has the rights to that
It's
song.
less than 30 seconds. It
I'm
was
just
less than
joking.
30 seconds.
I'm just joking.
And I don't think anyone's going to sue us for
Wouldn't
taking
it be funny?
That would be the highlight
Trash, we
of
love
my
you, don't
life.
sue us.
Like, you would just keep the lawsuit going on forever so you could beat these people? I want to talk to them.
I need to talk to them. But then the writers of it are some like really fantastic writers who basically said, "Oh, we'll take your little shitty web series, we'll make it a movie, we'll have fun with this."
Well, and the name of it is so great because it's just a trash movie, and they call it Girl Trash, and I love it.
it is.
It's
And,
perfect.
and the like cover on it that when it was on Netflix is like the Girls from South of Nowhere. So it like a lot of people are like, "Oh, I want to check this out," and then you get into it and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And there's so much in it, too. Because there's gangs and
Yeah, the
Drugs
lead gang
and
leader,
sex and-
who is Tasha.
and singing.
Let's bring it back, because, like, what is the plot? Because, like, I thought I
There's
had it,
many.
and I'm like,
There's many different
so
plots.
The main plot is you follow basically 3 different lesbians, and it's like a love triangle. You have
It's four.
Where do the gangs
it's 4
come
main
in?
plots.
okay.
She's released from prison and wants to kill them.
oh, okay, all right, there we go, okay.
And
Good.
she carries around a golf club and is just like,
That is super gay.
it knows what it is and just goes into it.
Yeah.
2 people trying to get to, like, Battle of the Bands, and so they're trying to, like, get there at
Seriously,
the end of the night.
everything you guys say makes this movie sound more bizarre.
meanwhile,
Prison,
older
golf clubs,
lesbians.
battle of
Okay.
bands.
Okay. let's simplify this.
No, I love. Go make it more complicated. It's great. Is there a time jump or like a dragon at any point?
There's
No.
there's a college graduation. This girl comes out at graduation, basically, and her older sister is the one who's in Battle of the Bands. And she comes out, and her older sister's like, "You're stealing my thunder, basically. Like, you can't also be gay."
And the whole line through
And
the
so she's
movie
trying to
is,
have
"You're not
sex."
gay." Like she just keeps yelling that at her younger sister, and her younger sister's like, "Yes, I am." and like so basically. These 2 are supposed to get to Battle of the Bands by 2 a.m. because that's another song. By 2 a.m., not 1 a.m. because I've got things to
I
do.
love that you have all the songs memorized.
I just have to clarify
Many
the time.
times have you seen this?
I
Like
have the
lot.
soundtrack and listen to it often.
So
often, like weekly, often.
Weekly.
yeah.
God.
No, okay, so I've known Molly for 4 years. She's the one who got me onto this movie, and she used to listen to it in the car. She has a revolving musical playlist for all her favorite musicals, and all the Girl Trash songs are on there.
Wow.
And I'm
We've
a
opened a
musical
can of
buff,
worms
and I
here.
just love it.
Okay, all right, we're gonna move on because I feel like you could talk about this movie all day long.
I need to tell you about one more scene.
One more scene. Okay.
They are trying to get money to buy their car back from the gangster, and so they
There's a gangster?
They well, that
Yeah,
was from
the
prison.
one with the
from
golf
prison
club.
with the golf club.
Oh Jesus Christ.
And so there was accidentally a bag of coke left in the car they stole.
Which happens.
Naturally.
That makes sense.
You know, and because it's one of the girl's exes, the car that they stole, because she's not over her ex. And so they take this bag of coke and they go to the sorority where this baby dyke is graduating from. And they basically get all of these sorority girls all get fucked up on weed and cocaine. And there's just this scene of sorority girls just like letting the lesbians into their house because they brought coke. And then somebody chases somebody. There's somebody under a table. There's a weird uncle character.
Things happen.
Yeah.
Somebody sleeps with
I'm not
someone's
gonna lie to you.
sister.
I'm gonna watch this movie because this is fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yourself
Well,
a
this is
favor.
fucking-
Yeah.
This is fucking nuts.
Get drunk and watch it.
Hey, Molly, don't
You
you,
won't
have
regret
it?
it.
I don't know if I have it, but I think it's back on Netflix.
I mean, if you,
Oh, okay.
do we just ruin game night, or we just like people gonna come over and play games? Like, no, we're watching a movie.
It's just
Yeah.
on a loop in the
and take
background
notes.
constantly.
We're gonna be a quiz
it's
afterwards.
a sing-along.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna say one of my movies because
We're
I guess I have.
25 minutes in and we're not done with the
Oh
intros.
my god. So one of my movies is a classic. I don't think you guys saw. None of you guys have seen Bound.
No.
I've seen bits of it.
Bound is it's from the Wachowskis before they did The Matrix, before they did Vendetta. This was their first movie before they transitioned a long time ago. It stars Jennifer Tilly and Gina Gershon and Joe Pantoliano. He's the Cypher from The Matrix, or he's the Joey Pants from The Sopranos. Basically, a very simple thing. Gina Gershon just is an ex-con. She gets out of prison. She is now like the maintenance person at this apartment building. And Jennifer Tilly is like the kept woman of this gangster. And they kind of react because she's stuck home all day being lonely, and she's just there fixing up other apartments there. They kind of get together, there's a romance, and they get together. And they decide, like, she's like, I can never leave. I think his name is Caesar. Oh, God, it's been a while since I've seen this movie. She can't leave because he would kill her. So basically, they have an idea where they want to steal millions of dollars from him and also set him up like he did it. So he would die, and then they would get away with the money, and they could live happily ever after.
Okay, so I haven't seen this movie.
Yes.
But I've seen like a montage on
makeout
YouTube
montage?
of the makeouts
Yep,
from
same.
the
They're on-
That's what I've seen.
Yep.
It's a mid-90s movie, so there's a lot of like lesbian makeout scenes in that. You got to get people to get butts in the seats, I guess. But
Yeah.
it's actually, I mean, I love the Wachowskis. They do great stuff. I love The Matrix. I love V for Vendetta. I even like Speed Racer, even though it's fucking crazy. I like all their stuff. They do weird. They do weird spins on shit. So Bound is, and I like both all the three main actors. I like Gina Gershon. She's great. She should be more things. Jennifer Tilly has become like. I wish she wasn't so good at poker because she could just go back to acting because she just plays professional poker all the time now. And Joey Pants. I mean, I don't know if you guys seen The Sopranos, but he's fucking great.
No.
Yeah, well.
We're sadly uncultured.
But we're lesbian
But you saw
cultured,
Girl
so
Trash, so you have that going for you.
Yeah.
I do. And I think, okay, so you said something that kind of resonated. You were like, there's a lot of lesbian makeout so that people watch it. I mean, so I'm torn because like Black Swan did it and it worked.
Yeah.
And I wasn't mad about it because it fit in with the storyline
That's-
so
no, no,
well.
so
No,
often
you're-
you're pissed off.
No, no.
about it.
Yeah.
I'm not, well,
And still enjoy watching.
I can
the
tell this
scene.
right now. That in the mid '90s and early 2000s, there was all these scenes in movies that was there just to like, oh, look what we're doing, how risky we're. Wild Things, Cruel Intentions, like these movies were just made like, oh, let's have this one scene so people like tell their friends, you gotta see this movie. Like it's to sell straight men on the movie, basically.
Yeah.
You gotta put that in there. So,
But this movie's not like that, is what I'm
no,
getting?
it's not. This is a legit love scene.
I like that.
Yeah, see, it's more of a crime caper. Like
Oh.
you could easily swap the sexes and be that straight couple into work too. Like it's just the idea. Like they just put like. I don't know how much backstory, but like I feel like the character who is Gina Gershon reads like that would be a man. Like I feel like you could easily just done that. And, like there's no the sexuality aspect of it doesn't come in much play until the very very end when he kind of like he gets a little homophobic at the end. The man, but mostly it's mostly about betrayal. Like it's mostly about the story of this woman who's because now she's like a kept woman. She's he's physically abusive and like she wants to be her white knight and come in and save her. And then them trying to like I don't know, set him up because he's not a very smart guy, but he's smarter than they think. They also underestimate his intelligence too, like this kind of stuff and like his weird rage because he does, even though he's a bad human being who's a gangster, does love her. Like in that weird twisted way, So it's set like a staged piece. It's like it's literally the whole movie takes place in two rooms, her apartment, their apartment, just back and forth.
that's cool.
Yeah, because like I think you're supposed to see it through Jennifer Tilly's mind, where she doesn't leave the apartment complex ever because she's not allowed to. She's supposed to stay home, take care of the house, and make dinner, and that's her role.
We'll add it to our list.
Okay.
The perpetual
I own
list
it.
of to be
I can
watched.
lend it to you if you want.
Okay, that's good.
bound.
And on that note, also, I mean, Black Swan, and we're talking like this movie works with it, but like Simple Favor, which was one of the more recent ones, can't figure out what the heck that kiss was doing in there because
No.
it had nothing to do with the plot. It didn't even have like a place to be there.
It
I
was
think
a
they were trying to get at a
connection moment.
metaphor, but I'm not sure it worked.
I think what the metaphor for was like not so much like it was like a love metaphor. Like I think those two characters who are kind of weirdly damaged in wrong ways loved each other, like but friends. Like it was like almost a physical like representation of like we're just such good friends because we have no one else. Like loneliness and
Yeah.
and,
Well,
and,
also-
and the joy of actually having a first genuine connection in years. I feel like that's where that came from because they didn't know how to handle like.
The problem I have with it though was that like I felt like it was just like lesbian baiting
But
because
see, no, and this is where I'm going to counter you on it. Is because it was not advertised. Like
It was on the
scene
trailer.
was leaked.
yeah,
I think though we've sorry.
no go for it.
We've talked about this before about this movie being kind of like a mockery of other movies of that era,
Yeah.
like that in that way, and so it kind of fits into that. Like it wouldn't be that kind of movie without.
It threads that weird
lesbian
needle, like where
kiss.
it's supposed to be like yeah, this it's got like this weird violence and like backs up. It's a mockumentary almost.
Yeah.
So like I feel like it works in that movie for that time.
Yeah, but it wasn't until after I watched the movie that I realized that scene was like leaked. So I went in thinking that there's going to be a gay storyline.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So in my mind, it was
queer
total queer baiting for me.
That totally makes sense.
So
Do you think that was leaked on purpose, or that was just someone?
No, that was
No.
people on Tumblr filming it and putting it
They
out there.
they try to keep it a secret.
Because that would have been a great scene in the movie, like a movie that just came out this year, that The Favorite, which we talked about last one. Like they don't let you know from the trailer. There's like weird innuendos you might see. Like there's a like that, but there's no like blatantly like come and see this movie. It's a three-way love triangle. Of Victorian age.
Really? Because I thought it was heavily advertised as that.
Maybe
I saw the
that's the
trailer
thing.
and I was like, gay!
I know. I went and saw it. I was like, "There's something vaguely gay about this. This is going to end in
got
gay."
This is the thing is like, with that time frame, you think there'd be like more like, oh, we can't do this because it's not socially acceptable.
Yeah.
I got that vibe. Like, oh, this is like, I thought there's
hidden affair.
subtext of that.
Okay.
No, it's straight up. Let's go for it.
They go for it.
Yeah, like it's so. I from the trailer, like, there's gonna be a gay subtext, but I didn't feel like there was gonna be a lot of lady on lady action. I didn't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Can we shift
Sure.
to a movie that I think needs to be talked about? It's the dead grass of the lesbian movie garden. And you guys know what I'm talking about.
I 100% do not know what you're talking about.
Jenny's Wedding.
That was
the movie that should
intro to that.
The dead grass plays a theme in that movie. It's the best storyline in it, and it's not gay.
Yep.
It's the sister rants on about how happy people don't have dead grass.
So Matt,
So why is her grass dead?
I feel like I see this movie. Who's this movie? Jenny's
Wedding. So I'm going to paint the picture for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to paint the picture via the cast.
Okay.
We're talking that there is the person, the dead grass lady is Meryl Streep's daughter, Mamie something
Or other.
or other, and it stars Katherine Heigl and Alexis Bledel as like the lesbian couple. So like immediately everybody was
God.
like waiting for this movie to come out with bated breath.
Because everyone wanted to see both of them play gay.
Yeah, and there was something intriguing to the trailer. It was advertised well.
and
It's a-
Alexis Bledel can play gay very well since we have seen the
Handmaid's
Tale.
yeah.
So
So it's about, like, Jenny coming out to her family and saying that she's going to marry her, who they thought was her roommate, Kitty. And it's basically, like, the story of the family coming to accept it. But there is no chemistry there whatsoever.
They're like-
They have more chemistry with their siblings, their
So-
parents.
Well, also
the
Katherine
side of the
Heigl
road,
never
like-
plays chemistry with anyone ever. She's
no,
No.
but like they had like the first kissing scene is just like them like pecking like chickens. Like it's just
It was literally we were watching it, Katie and I, and we just went, oh, like it was a physical cringe because
Hey,
it didn't work.
You
No.
can't say that it's baiting this way. This is just
It was just bad.
bad. Okay.
It's just bad, and
And then the soundtrack.
and plays Mary Lambert's "I Can't Change." For people who don't know, the song, the Macklemore song. What about
Same Love or-
Same Love. The hook from that is Mary Lambert, and she then took and wrote another song that's just very lesbian, like ballad. Like the movie plays three times, or it plays 3 times in the movie. They
just
did not
Grease.
come up with any other songs to put in the back of this movie.
Is there
Or
a
they
chance they
didn't
didn't have
have
any
a
money?
budget.
Yeah, so they haven't even a chance they had no money for anything else.
They blew it on
No,
Katherine
yeah.
Heigl and Alexis Bledel, and like this was the first
This
movie
was a
Alexis Bledel had been
GoFundMe
in for a while.
Campaigned movie, too.
Oh,
Yeah,
that I
it
did
was.
not know.
Yeah, it was fan-sponsored
that's
because they
upsetting.
were like, we need more money to make this movie possible. And everyone was so excited because they put money into it, and then it was utter shit.
Every time there's like a GoFundMe movie, it never turns out well. Like,
No.
oh man, like
Veronica Mars, though.
Oh, I was about to say the opposite. I was like, you remember the Veronica Mars movie? God damn it.
it was terrible, but it was just
only-
enjoyable to
you're only
watch
doing, like,
because
a
you
new
love the
season of it.
characters. Yeah, they're revamping it.
I mean, I think the only crowdfunding movies I've really seen work are some of the YouTubers that have gone in and said, we're going to make a movie, help us fund it. So like the Carmilla movie,
Yes.
the kind of TV with the Carmilla series. I liked the Carmilla movie. It is what it is.
Lesbian vampire web series based on an ancient vampire novella called
I
Carmilla.
want to write that on a T-shirt, just lesbian vampire web series,
Sponsored
and just wear that just around.
by tampons.
But you buy Kotex.
Sponsored by
Kotex,
tampons.
yep.
We now use those tampons in this house because of Carmilla.
well,
Once you get the lesbians, you've got
You've got
got it,
and you
yeah.
don't kill the lesbians.
yes.
You don't
if you
kill
do the lesbians
lesbians
right, we will follow you to the end of the earth.
Okay.
We will.
All right, we gotta move on some more movies here. Katie, what do you want to see real quick?
Which one? But I'm a Cheerleader.
I've actually seen that one.
Natasha
It's-
Lyonne.
Yeah.
It's the
a
campy
classic.
version of Miseducation of Cameron Post.
It is. It's
is.
clearly
You're
what it is.
Well,
Which
It was the first gay movie I saw, so it's got a little special place in my heart.
it's just ridiculous. There's another notable actress in that, and I mean Natasha Lyonne. From what I understand, although she plays a lot of gay characters, maybe she's on the spectrum, but she's dating Jack Antonoff, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah, and it's.
You just upset Katie.
So
She's
well.
really upset about that. You have no idea.
Clea Duvall in it.
Clea Duvall. That's
Clea
what I was
Duvall.
looking for.
They have the love interest.
Yeah.
At this conversion therapy camp.
I've actually seen this movie.
Yeah.
It's the first one you guys threw out that I knew. I saw that one.
It's good. It's campy.
It's super campy. It reminds me of
Camp?
what's the movie I'm thinking of? It?
The movie Camp.
No.
With Anna Kendrick.
Heathers. It reminds me of Heathers.
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I like this one better than Heather's, though.
Oh no, Heathers is great.
Oh, Haylee, what?
I like But I'm a Cheerleader better than Heather's, and I will say it again if you need me to.
Winona Ryder. Iconic.
She got real upset with them.
Direct gayness, though.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's Heathers though. Come on.
It's Heather.
It's
like,
Heather's.
Has anyone watched the Heathers TV show? I heard it's phenomenal.
No, I haven't.
Seriously,
And
I've
I
heard
haven't
it's
never watched like
horrendous.
Heather's all the way through. I've just seen bits and pieces.
I'm saying I've only heard good things.
Oh, see, I've heard horrible things.
All right. I've not seen it, so I don't know.
Me neither.
No, I
I
Okay.
have not seen any of these movies, so it's all new to me.
Okay.
Which one do you want to see now?
Yeah, like what
all
is
the ones we
enticing
talked
you?
about.
Kind of want to see Jenny's.
Jenny's
Jenny's
wedding is
Wedding.
worth the
Oh, God.
watch.
You have to
Okay,
do it just to suffer.
Didn't we buy that, Molly?
We have the DVD.
Yeah, we have the DVD, and it was the worst purchase I've ever made.
You
but-
didn't make it. I got it as a gift for you, I think.
Yeah, because it was just coming out, and we wanted to see it.
And it came on Netflix the next day.
yeah, we were so pissed because it was
And it's
terrible.
still there, surprisingly.
Yeah.
All right. So one of the movies I've seen, Kissing Jessica Stein. I actually really enjoy this movie a lot. I actually own it, but everyone who's not seen this movie. We should tell these people this plot movie sometimes, but
Never. You just have to.
you said no.
Jump on.
Basically, it's one woman is kind of a party girl who hooks up with everyone left and right, and she decided she's just gonna dip her toe into the gay pool, I guess.
The lady pond.
Yes, and the other one is Jessica Stein, who is this like super uptight, can't find love, in love with her ex-boyfriend still, and / boss, and all that kind of stuff, and on a whim, just takes a personal message on I believe, is it in a newspaper?
Yeah, it's an ad.
It's an ad newspaper. That's how old this movie is. There's ads in newspapers. And
Are you two dying?
what is happening
Yeah.
over there?
You just spoke truth to power.
And is what?
Spoke truth to power. Move on.
I want to know what I said.
Does that mean something?
Yeah,
to the rest of
I'm-
us?
It was just,
Lost.
it was a little biographical. Biographical.
Oh, biographical?
I can't speak
got-
and I'm on a podcast. This isn't good.
Okay, there we go. And these two ladies get together, and it's a weird, like it's a romantic comedy at heart. I mean, that's what it is, and they see each other's families with that. But I feel like the first half of the movie is pretty is really funny. It loses some of its steam in the end when they kind of make their life decisions. But what?
Katie is just moving the mic so much, and I can hear it every time she moves it.
I'm sorry.
Katie's fidgeting.
I do fidget. I can't sit still.
It's okay. Has anyone else seen this movie? Am I the only
I
one?
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
What
seen
is, okay, what are you guys' thoughts of?
My
it's-
thoughts of it is that my dad sat me down at Christmas one year and made our family watch it
Really?
out of some sort of loving support.
Hey, you know what? Good for him.
Yeah,
All right, why
he
not?
tries. He also asked me if I've seen Imagine Me and You, and I was like, Dad, I own this. Are you kidding me?
It's just a pretty typical '90s movie, and even though the ending isn't what I want it to be, it still kind of works.
It works. I mean, I wish you guys could see these '90s movies from my point of view, because like there was like, you were talking about all these like lesbian movies. There was one a year, like in the
Yeah.
'90s. Like there was not. Like there was that one lesbian movie that everyone's like, did you see that lesbian movie? Like it's weird, you know. Like that's what happened. Like
Yeah,
so, Kissing Jessica Stein was I feel like a smart movie at that time, because everything else was very salacious. That was very sweet and genuine. I like that.
yeah, and I think along the lines of like, there's a lot of lesbian movies that just came out this year. From the quick glance at it, I've got 3, 4, 5, 6,
All right, what?
12 that
12?
I've just marked.
All right,
yeah.
all right,
This year.
give me the best one real quick. What do you got?
Okay.
Lesbomb.
Okay, we'll talk. I've talked about Lesbomb on the podcast.
Oh, you
and
have?
it's just
Hey, for like I know you're new to our podcast family, but we can read. No one.
oh well,
you can
yeah,
tell us
but
what we
like
get.
it's got all these big name actors in it. The mom from the stepmom from The Parent Trap is probably the most notable to me. There's
Wait,
a lot bigger names.
Stepmom from The Parent Trap.
The evil mom that's trying to separate the twins.
With the lizard.
From the
I
dad.
know, but I can't think of I cannot picture the person's face.
She has a lizard crawled down her face, and she's like,
Got the mom haircut.
Okay, all
I
right.
want to see your manager.
I feel
Yeah.
like I've definitely derailed this. I'm sorry.
No, but like that's what. But it was actually it was like I would say probably one of the better rom-coms that have come of.
Yeah.
There were no tropes.
Oh, really?
there was classic like rom-com tropes and meeting the family tropes,
But there was not like lesbian terrible movie tropes. There
there was no
cheating,
cheating, no death.
Yeah, and it was fun. You know, she's it's Thanksgiving, and this girl is trying to come out to her family, and she's kind of got a pushy girlfriend that's like, you got to come out. They need to know that I'm here as your girlfriend. And these hijinks keep ensuing. Like, Dad tries to wash the turkey off with actual dish soap. The house catches on fire because the uncle was smoking weed in the bathroom.
I just want to see this movie now. It sounds like
The only
it
thing
sounds
that
like
dies is the
justification,
turkey.
but like with
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it
Alright.
was a typical rom-com. I'm not a big fan of rom-coms.
Oh,
Really will only watch lesbian rom-coms, but I
feel like
enjoyed
that's
the movie.
some kind of
so-
prejudice. No, I'm with you. I actually don't like rom-coms in general. I would say rom-coms and horror movies are the hardest movies to write because it's hard to be original because there's like there's certain rules you have to follow and everyone wants a certain thing, and it's also very easy just to make a copy of the last thing and make money. So if you see a
that's
good
what's so
rom-com,
great about rom-coms.
Once if you make a good rom-com or if you make a good horror movie, it's awesome because like you've done something original. Like, that was the last really good rom-com.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that was pretty good.
Probably the best rom-com in the last 5 years.
I really
But
like.
see, I like rom-coms
good.
because they fall into those tropes.
No,
You
no.
go into them knowing what you're gonna get, and you're just gonna feel good about it.
No, I get that. That's totally fine. I mean, like, it's like seeing a comic movie now. Like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna see a Marvel movie because bad guys are gonna lose and good guys are gonna happen. I'm gonna laugh. You know, like, no, I get that. But I'm saying, like, if you're a filmmaker, it's hard to make an original. one.
True.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win awards for a rom-com.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the real question is, was I even born for half these 90s movies?
Probably not.
No, probably not.
I mean, I don't know your age, but just looking at you, you were born 14 years ago. Molly, shame on you. And
No,
And,
most of the 90 movies probably came out before your
I
time.
know I'm going to talk about Chasing Amy and later on, so you'll definitely be glad for that one.
Oh,
God.
yes.
I grew
Yeah.
up watching a lot of the 90s television shows, but not necessarily lesbian movies because conversion therapy kind of thing was something for my parents for a while.
Yeah, and that's kind of like been a theme this year actually in a lot of the LGBT movies, and it's like we get it. We get that conversion therapy is sad. Life is sad. Let us have a nice rom com.
We told them this last episode. There's no joy this year in movies.
No
There's
joy.
So just little
Well, there's
joy.
never been joy in lesbian movies.
no,
They're
we're-
few and far between.
Not just lesbians. I'm talking
But in
all
general,
all
yeah.
movies this year. It's just
Well,
been
just
rough.
look at the state of the world.
I know, but I get
Or
that,
our
and
country.
sometimes art like imitates life. It's great, but sometimes let's escape. Let's have a fun.
Yeah.
I just want to go see a nice Pixar movie where I don't have to worry about shit and like just like two
Don't
hours
even come
of-
out sobbing.
Yeah, God.
And
I'm
but
so upset about Up because it was so great. I had to cry in the first 5 minutes of it.
Just
I think
drag you in.
yeah, but okay. So I'm just having this thought now. And
You got any other movies you want to talk from this year? What do you
Well,
got?
but here's the thing. I think lesbian movies have kind of flipped that because this year there's a lot of happy lesbian movies. Well, there's good, better, decent lesbian movies this
For the
year.
record, if we ever start a production company, we're calling it Happy Lesbian Movies. That's what.
Okay.
That's just a funny name.
Yeah, and I'm not saying they're like necessarily like happy, but they're movies with decent representation. You look at Colette. I
Oh, that
love
was a good
Colette.
one.
I thought it was great. A Star Is Born, not inherently gay, obviously, but there was this
I mean, it's
storyline.
about the music company. It's gay.
Yeah, there's drag queens in it. There's just this subtle underlying of gay that really worked and seemed very authentic. It wasn't like just throwing the gays a bone.
It's the subtle queerness
No,
that
I'm
is
saying-
our lives.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying in general, like we were talking about earlier about like Atomic Blonde, like
Yeah.
like these things just be just woven in movies now, just like it's real life because they are real life. Before it was like spotlight. Oh, look how progressive we are. We're putting this scene in or doing
Yeah.
that. So like now
It's
it's
a nod
just now
to-
it's just a now yeah. Before it was like a nod to so now it's just like like this is a part of the world that exists and it's just
Right.
part of my story. So like I
Yeah.
do appreciate that.
And I think the thing with Atomic Blonde, a lot of lesbian community had a problem with the fact that she died, and I was like, we've come to a point where if the lesbian death is written correctly, it's okay.
Yeah.
She's a spy. People die.
Yeah.
Watch a James
Yeah.
Bond movie. Everyone James Bond sleeps with gets dead.
Well,
That's how it
makes
works.
sense
Yeah.
for the plot, and
Yeah.
it's not there to. I don't know. Like I'm just keep going back to
Yeah.
Lexa, and it was unnecessary.
Oh, it was so
that's
unnecessary.
an entirely.
And which movie?
This isn't a movie. It's from
The 100?
Oh, the 100. Oh,
Yeah.
Can of worms.
We're still...
Let's dump it out.
No, I'm stopping this right now. I'm not really.
we don't need to go into
Long
that.
live Heada!
I love that show, but I hate it at the same time.
It's just okay. We
This
don't
is an
have time.
entirely
We don't have
different
time.
podcast.
That
Okay.
is a podcast
Podcast
in and of itself.
All right, Haley, you got a movie for us you want to talk about?
Wait. I got one
You talk
from
about a
this-
few, but
from this year that I want to talk about.
What
Just
Molly, take turns.
We'll come back around. I swear
but
to
we're
God.
talking about we're on the theme
Oh.
of like movies that came out
No,
this
we're
year.
going around.
Molly
the
can't
circle.
share, I guess, guys.
No,
I
she
just want to say,
can't.
Can You Ever Forgive Me was lesbian and great, and it was subtle. I liked it, and then we'll come back to Lizzie,
Okay.
even though that came out this year.
Okay.
Life Partners. I hate this movie very, very much. Have you seen Life Partners?
I don't
No,
think
I have not.
It's the girl from Gossip Girl.
Wait, what?
Which
girl?
girl from Gossip Girl? The blonde?
Not the blonde, the other
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Anyway, she's the one that plays Blair, or is it Blair? Is that her name?
Yeah,
I
the
don't
blonde is Blake
do
Lively.
Gossip
Someone,
Yeah,
Girl
not the
from
blonde.
Simple
someone
Plan.
look at this name for me.
She's a lesbian, and her best friend is a straight girl, obviously, and
Obviously.
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 For the plot of this movie is
Okay,
obviously.
obviously.
So they're best friends, and they're just kind of like super, super tight. And the straight girl gets a boyfriend and kind of distances herself from the lesbian. So it's kind of like the lesbian losing her best friend to, this other relationship and her coping with it. And it's a good movie. It's a good movie, but it's also terrible at the same time. The only good thing is the girl, she goes to the drive-thru to get some mozzarella sticks, and they're out of it, and she has a meltdown in the parking lot.
I've seen that clip.
That clip alone makes it a good movie.
Leighton Meester.
Yeah, Leighton Meester.
Leighton
Thank
Meester.
you. Leighton
Someone
Meester.
sent me that clip like, this is you.
Yes, yes. Crying in the parking lot because they don't have mozzarella sticks. That's the only thing I
Who
like
doesn't
about
love
that
fucking
movie.
mozzarella sticks? It's bullshit.
It does acknowledge the stereotypes, though. Like, they play into the Subaru thing at, like, a Pride
Oh,
Fest,
yes.
and they're all trying to see how many lesbians can fit in a Subaru. Like, that's funny. It has the gay jokes that we make.
That should be a contest at Pride. Whoever can get the most lesbians in a Subaru wins
Wins a
some sort of
Subaru.
money.
Wins
Wins
a
a Subaru.
Wins a
my God.
flannel.
I see where I just do this all the time for like promotions.
I mean, they have LGBT flags up in every single dealership, which I love.
Because they know that they're
Yeah.
the gay brand.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did not
every
notice that.
Subaru
Every-
dealer I've been to has a gay flag.
Yeah, same.
Wait, you said like you've been to multiple Subaru dealers.
I've been to 2.
Okay.
No, I'm pretty
Like, just
sure
for
most
fun?
of them.
As a proud owner of a Subaru and bought one from a place, I just sat there and I was like, look at that gay flag.
I got a Volkswagen.
I mean,
I've got a grandma car. That's a Buick.
I have
Yeah.
a waffle.
Oh, I had a Buick Park Avenue back in the day that was like a
I
boat.
love those. That was my first car, and it was the best thing ever.
Yeah, I miss that
Heated
car.
seats and everything. That
It
like
was the.
standard.
It had a leather bench across the top. It was fantastic.
99 year I was born.
I
So I'm
had
a
2001. It was really great.
Well, I'm a gaby, so I mean that's something that everyone.
Okay, Katie, got a movie you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Battle of the Sexes.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
okay.
About time you knew movies I know. Okay.
Okay. So for anybody who doesn't know, it was a fairly recent movie. Was it
like
2
2
years
years
ago?
ago.
2 years ago?
no, it was on my list last year.
No,
I
no,
think.
it was last year.
It was last
Yeah.
year.
Was it?
Okay. Well, it was. What decade was it set in? I'm not.
This was the
70s.
70s.
Oh, I forget you guys how young you are. Like you weren't taught this, and like, well, also you don't like sports that much, so you want to know that much. Okay.
Oh, well, hey now.
Katie likes sports.
Katie,
She's the sport
you like
lesbian
sports?
among us.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about sports more often? I gotta talk about like other stuff all the time.
We can talk about sports.
What sports you like?
Golf.
Just about everything. Okay,
Oh.
I was a collegiate golfer, so I do like.
I
golf.
played golf in high school. I love golf.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that Phil Mickelson was like shot a 60 the other day?
Yep.
Almost at a 59. He's doing great.
I wish he would have shot at 59.
He's never done it.
No, he hasn't.
Does this make any sense to you?
Vaguely, I just want to say I watched a lot of softball.
That okay. Those are
Women's volleyball?
softball and golf are the two most common lesbian stereotypes, and we're an opposite.
Yeah,
Although
it's
I
true.
did play softball.
I mean,
High
I did
school.
basketball, softball.
So are you
Basketball
following
is
the Bucks
weird
right now?
because it's half
What?
gay,
You following
half
the Bucks
straight.
right now?
Yeah, it's true. It's right
Okay.
down the line.
Well, this podcast, we're going to talk about sports. Okay. That's
Okay,
good.
all right.
Okay.
All
I
right.
like cheerleading and hockey. That's about it.
Hockey's
But I'm a
another gay
cheerleader.
one.
Love hockey.
I love
just going back
hockey.
to that.
But
But I'm a
cheerleading's a lot of
cheerleader.
fun. You ever watch them get thrown around in the air? That's a lot of fun.
I know. I was a four-sport high school guy, but I also was the founding member of the swimming cheerleading squad. So
I love cheerleading. I was a cheerleader in
The
high school, and it was the best
swimming.
thing ever.
Wait, I want to hear.
Does this mean
swimming?
cheerleaders that swam or
cheerleading.
cheerleaders who?
So in my high school, every sport had a cheerleading
every
squad.
sport,
Like I was
yeah.
in the wrestling team, the basketball, and we had a cheerleading squad. The basketball team had that squad, and the swimmers who were good friends of mine. And they were really good in our school. They were like state level. did not have a cheerleading squad, so I just got me and my friends to start a club of cheerleaders.
Cheerleading.
And we went to the meets, we cheered, we had signs, and then when the meet was over, we would jump in the pool.
That's awesome.
And so I understand they kept that club for, I think it's still going, I'm not sure. It's been on for a long time.
Nice.
It's usually, it's an all male cheerleading squad too, which I love.
That's awesome. I always thought if I was going to be a cheerleader, it should be for wrestling because they just knelt on mats and used their arms,
You're damn right they
which
did.
is all I need.
Cheerleading is one of the best. Basketball sucks because you actually have to pay attention to what's going on.
See, but I like
You just
basketball,
You
so
just have to substitute names, and it's the best thing ever. And you get a beat on the mat, and you're just going to yell at people. It's a lot
Okay.
of fun.
Okay,
But-
back to the movies. This is going to be the tangent podcast. I love it. We're all over the place.
I feel like
but-
this should be like the lost episode. We're never gonna release this. We're just gonna tease the
Oh,
lesbian episode.
we are going to release this. This is going to be our number one
make like a
rated episode of all time.
monthly lesbian edition of this.
For the record, I had an idea for that earlier. I was going to talk about this. We should have just queer cinema in general. Like, we just do that every month. It's like
Yeah.
a separate podcast. But
Yeah, we should get our other housemates, Logan and Micah, in on a gay podcast.
Logan
Can we
wanted
just
to.
have Casa de la Queer editions of the podcast?
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. Okay.
Just so everyone
Okay,
knows,
back to
no
Kaity.
straight
We
people
cut her
enter
off.
this
Kaity.
Back
house.
to Battle of the Sexes.
Yes.
So it's based on roughly on a true story.
No, it's true.
No,
story,
it's
yeah.
true
It's not
story.
roughly.
100%
It's true
the
story.
So,
Well,
so she's
it's dramatized. Like it's not the actual story. Right?
You know, it's pretty close.
It's-
Yeah.
Is it really?
It's
really
Okay.
accurate.
Because what's his face? The guy Steve Carell plays was really like he was
Bobby
an act-
Riggs.
He was an yeah. Thank you. He was an actor. Like it was meant to. It was almost like WWF meets
Yeah.
tennis.
The thing that he does with like the dogs and the
Okay.
chairs and stuff.
So for anybody who hasn't seen this movie, it's about Billie G. King, and the main storyline is about Billie G. King and Bobby Riggs and the tennis match that they had where Billie G. King wins against a man. It was a part of the sexual revolution where women in tennis are trying to get equal pay as men. So anyway, the underlying gay subtext is that Billie Jean King is married, right?
She's married to a man.
Married to a man and has a
This is not
Hair-
subtext.
well.
This
okay,
is direct
well,
text
no. It's a
lesbianism.
sub plot.
Oh, subplot.
Well, no.
subplots.
Let me clarify. It's subtext in the actual story, but in the movie, it's kind of the focal point, and it helps you understand why this match meant so much. It turns
Yes.
into the heart. Basically, it turns into the plot because of
Yeah.
it,
she
it's
falls
not
in love
an
with her
underlying.
hairdresser.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
She falls in love with the hairdresser. The hairdresser goes on tour with them, and the subplot is their storyline and how they deal with like discrimination against
And
lesbians.
the things she has to do to compensate for the fact that she's gay and hiding it.
Yeah.
And while still trying to be the best woman in
And
tennis.
while her husband basically knows about her, like,
Yeah, he finds out halfway through the movie, I'd
but
say.
yeah, but
But he's not. They remain friends forever. Like he kind of It's not
Yeah.
the one where like, oh, I understand, but like I'm still gonna be angry about it. Like he comes around and he just doesn't. There's never that anger shown. There's a little bit of hurt and like understanding, but and that's kind of like the difference between Carol. He gets angry at points, but he also understands. But I felt like he plays into the anger just a little too
Yeah.
much at times
Yeah.
to not be.
Which, I mean,
trophy.
I can understand that, too. Like, I mean, even if she's coming out as gay, she's still cheating. So,
Yeah.
there's righteous anger in
Yeah.
that. But which is a
they were
lesbian
separate.
trope.
They were separated in Carol though.
Yeah. Battle of the
But
Sexes.
Battle
they're
of the
not.
Sexes they aren't. But I don't know. I really liked. I don't know. It's a really great movie, and I'm a huge sports fan, so that really played into my love for this movie. But it's really well written too, especially in lesbian movies that are normally trash. So
It gave
Yeah.
me a newfound appreciation for tennis, which, coming from me, the avid sports lover that I am, is saying quite a bit.
Sports ball, yay!
Yay!
I think if we're going to talk about this movie, we need to talk about Emma Stone. Played it fantastically.
yes.
Sure.
And now she's played 2 queer roles. And plus Easy A, which is not queer, but like iconic lesbian if I've ever seen one. But she plays it very well. She almost understates a little bit, and like it could have been dramatic and over dramatic, and it wasn't. I thought she did well with it. And then Steve Carell takes that line of being the asshole and the funny guy, and the
yeah.
he kind of gives heart to like shows you that he's just doing this to prove a point. He's not actually the chauvinistic pig he's trying to come off
Yeah.
as.
And
He's playing.
It was a
that.
Well,
perfect role for him.
because he was a soap opera actor before off and on with tennis, so he has that vibe. He was
Yeah.
a showman. He wanted to be the heel. If he wanted.
Well, and
Yeah.
Steve Carell played that really well, which I am not a Steve Carell fan.
Because you hate happiness.
Well,
Yes.
I don't like a lot of the like Steve Carell, Will Ferrell, those type of comedy like humor.
You didn't like The Office?
No,
She doesn't like comedy though.
I'm
so-
I'm not a big comedy fan. Like the slapstick like comedy like.
We share that.
Slapstick is an entirely different.
Well,
Yeah, there's no
like
slapstick
the-
in The Office.
Don't like slapstick at
That's
all.
super dry humor.
Well, it's just like. What am I trying to say? I like.
Don't like being happy. It's okay. Keep
No,
moving on.
the
You like
com-
subtle, witty.
I like witty, sarcastic comedy. I don't like outrageous.
You don't like broad comedy.
Yeah. Anyway, Steve Carell did really well in this movie, coming from a very.
He's a great actor. He can do like small and big for comedy. He really can. The Big Short, he was great in. He's got stuff like that.
Loved that movie.
Okay. Is that Battle Sexes? That's all. We wrapped it up. We got it. I walked away for a second. No, we got more movies going on. So
Well, I mean, we're at an hour.
I don't care if it's a mini episode or not. Let's keep going.
Okay.
We've done a 3-hour episode. It's not a big deal. Like, all right, here I go. I got
No,
one.
no. I'm coming into a revelation.
no.
We need to talk about Lizzie.
No, we don't. No one ever needs to speak of that movie ever again.
Kristen Stewart. Chloe Sevigny. Chloe Sevigny plays the murderer Lizzie Borden, who basically got off from a murder because she was a woman and they didn't think she was smart enough to pull it off.
She was naked, right? That's how it went down?
Yes, this is
She
naked
was-
axe murdering.
You haven't seen
Lesbians.
Lizzie?
No. There's another movie named Lizzie that came out like 5 years ago. I originally thought you guys were talking about that movie, which is a weird indie movie, but it's not about
No.
Lizzie Borden.
No. And
So
so,
it's Lizzie. It's the movie I want. It's Lizzzie. Yours is
this is the
Same.
same
Oh,
title.
then I don't know why. Okay.
But yeah, they and it's about their kind of. Kristen Stewart plays the maid that comes. She's got an Irish accent
That
is
does not come off well.
vaguely Irish, and she falls out of the accent like halfway through her sentences. It's hilarious.
Because she can't act. She's the
She
worst.
can't- I didn't believe her
Let's talk how
sleeping.
bad, how awful she is. She's the worst.
Okay,
She's got one move
yeah.
where she bites her lip, looks away, like I'm so nervous and pensive. Don't
They
look at me.
typecast her very well though, because that's what her character was supposed to be.
People just want her in movies.
No one wants.
She sells to the lesbian audience because
Does
she is
she?
a
I
lesbian.
will watch
icon.
whatever she's in.
She's an icon.
Yeah.
An icon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about like a B+ star? Like an icon.
No, she's a lesbian
she's an
icon.
icon.
All right,
Every
good.
single lesbian called her coming out before she did it.
Have
Like,
you seen her in a suit?
Yeah, I mean, oh god. Have you seen her act though? That's the thing.
Well, we're not talking about her acting.
Yeah,
just
we're talking about her in a
She's gonna
suit.
be an icon. Let's
She's an
really-
eye candy icon, and that's what lesbians. Mean
Okay, but
sometimes.
here's so
Like Ellen Page.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she can fucking act. Like
That's
the-
true.
like,
Yeah, that's true. But
like-
both of them in suits?
hot damn.
First of all, stop thinking your dick for a second, okay? And we're talking about movies here, all right? Like, come on.
But okay, so with Kristen Stewart though, like she was in The Runaways about
Yes.
Cherry Bomb and Joan Jett, and it played into her wheelhouse, and she came off great.
That is her only.
But here's the
Okay,
thing:
that-
it's
yeah.
her. It's Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
She can
She's
play
not
herself.
acting.
Yeah, she's not acting.
She can play
She just plays
herself
herself.
very
Yeah.
well.
No, Dakota Fanning is great in that movie because she's actually
I
acting.
wish she was in more stuff. I feel like people write her off too much. I think Dakota Fanning's a great actress.
I think
though.
there's
She
something
is.
there. And weirdly, one of my favorite parts she does is in Twilight. She plays one of the creepy vampires, and she does it well.
Because she's the only one playing serious. Everyone else in those movies are like, oh, look how stupid we are. We're playing vampires. It's so weird.
Like a
It's-
big sparkle.
I know. She's
But,
the only one who's like, oh, I'm going to kill you. Like, that's the
She's always been great though.
She
I'm not
has.
saying.
I know. I don't. Oh, well, Jesus Christ. That's a
Best
good one.
movie ever.
Man of Fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great.
I love it. I watch it like once.
She's fantastic.
Oh, that whole movie. Where Christopher Walken says like that, like everyone can be an artist at anything, and his art is war, and he's gonna paint his masterpiece. He starts killing people.
Iconic.
Puts a bomb up someone's ass and blows them up. Denzel, always great.
Gotta love Denzel.
It's C4 in a butt, and that works way better than a rat. I hate to tell you.
But do you want painful or do you want dead?
He wants dead.
We've segued into
How about both?
torture and murder.
He
and-
does psychological torture for like a good because he's a timer
I
on the bomb.
still feel like psychological torture with honey and milk would work a lot better.
Okay.
Okay,
That's another
the-
podcast.
She must not
Yeah.
be named as drunk. I feel like we need to clarify this now.
He should.
Shut up.
Lizzie though.
Lizzie. Okay.
Lizzie. So
Why did I bring this back
There's
up? I don't
this-
want to talk about
We're
Lizzie.
just in another movie, but fine.
So I had a problem with this movie because there's distinct scenes of rape. There's a lot of trigger stuff going on in this movie. So you feel terrible that you were laughing hysterically during the entirety of
God.
this movie because there's just rape scenes that you're trying to come down from laughter on because you're like, I can't laugh during this. But everything up to it was like, what the fuck?
And the super dramatic beats of music. Like, it's like silence, and then ba-dum.
Yes.
It has a horror movie soundtrack, but it's not a horror movie.
No, it wanted to be, though.
Shouldn't it be like
it was like
the
a
Serenity
5-year-old
Board
dressed up
could
as a
be
horror
easily
movie.
a horror movie.
Yeah, it could be, but they didn't make it. It was way too sunny to be a horror movie throughout the whole, like, everything was, like, bright and light and airy, and then all of a sudden you just have like, music of the horror movie.
And they're cutting off pigeon heads.
Yeah, and
Like-
it's just weird.
And, like, the thing is, Chloe Sevigny actually did something with a script that didn't give her much at all. You know, she gave us Lizzie Borden in a way that I thought was kind of original, kind of nuanced.
I liked her character.
I liked her character, and I liked the they talk a lot about mental health and stuff. There was something there in that script. There was something there. The problem came in everything but Lizzie. They had problems with the plot and every other character, and Chloe Sevigny was basically the only saving grace of this movie.
Yeah.
But they're naked and they axe murder people, and I just
No.
you can't. I mean,
Well,
we're at this
yeah.
point we had just given up all movie decorum and are laughing hysterically and making jokes in our normal
Yeah.
voice.
Well, it's terrible.
Well, I get that because when I saw the movie Debs, we lost our minds. We thought
It's amazing.
Oh, we were laughing so hard. There's a scene in the movie where they are like trying to like find people in a warehouse.
Yeah.
And they're looking for Amy. And then the screen, which was supposed to identify people, just says not Amy, not Amy, not Amy, not
Yes.
Amy. Amy.
It's fantastic.
We-
they
so
use
that-
like plungers to climb up the wall.
It's insane.
It's
I mean, it's a great movie. But it's campy as fuck, so it's fine.
It's,
but like
it
that's-
is what it's meant to
But
be.
I laughed my ass off the whole
That's the
time.
distinction, because Lizzie wasn't what it was meant to be. Debs was entirely what it was meant to
Yeah,
be.
it was just a great movie.
Debs was a mockery of all spy movies.
I wish you guys could have been when I saw Debs because it was such a weird. Because it's like 2004.
Yeah.
And I was in college, and we lived next to a family video, so we would like rent movies all the time. I'm still banned from the family video. Side story, later on, but
Other podcasts.
other podcasts. But we definitely rented that movie. So it's like 9 dudes in a house. Like I don't know what this movie is, but it's new. Let's watch it. Like what are we watching? What is happening? This is a good way longer than I should have realized. It's a straight up lesbian movie. It took us like. You should know, but in the first 14 seconds, that's a lesbian movie.
Yeah.
It took us at least 20 minutes. Like, oh, wait, is this the whole movie? Is this what we're watching?
Oh my god! But Jordana Brewster, though.
And well, Holland Taylor is
Yeah.
it. I mean, what?
Talk about iconic lesbian,
Right? Like, and I mean, we're talking about iconic lesbians. Let's talk Sarah Paulson, but that's, then we get into Carol. So
I was like, Carol, you ever watch her Sunset in the Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip with her?
No.
It's written by Aaron Sorkin. It's a TV show that went out like one season but got canceled. It's got Matthew Perry and her and Bradley Whitford. It's fantastic. It's like a weird like drama version of Saturday Night Live, and she plays like the star. It came out the same year as 30 Rock, and 30 Rock was much better, so they canceled
kept
that
that
one. But because this one, it's not actually funny. Like it's meant to be like serious. Like comedy, serious. Take shit serious. So.
Oh,
But it's very good. It's like the first thing I ever saw her, and she was great in it.
interesting. I mean,
Did you see her in? Did you guys see Ocean's 8 this year?
yes.
Yes, of
She was great
course.
in that. Yeah.
I mean, I have thoughts on Ocean's 8. I loved it. Don't get me wrong. Love it. I will take that any day. But Widows was what Ocean's 8 should have been.
Okay, I didn't see Widows. I want to see really.
I really liked it. I did. It didn't make my top 10, and it was something I went. It's worth mentioning to the world because it was good, and it was the heist movie that I think Ocean's 8 could have been.
I kept seeing like the reviews how great it was, like it was so high, and I was like, really, this movie? The trailer does not do it justice.
No,
you're like
no, it
never
sells
even
it as
heard
just
of
a
this movie.
cheap adrenaline-filled
No,
movie. But I mean, it's what's her name?
is it Widows or Windows?
Widows. Widows.
Widows. But Robert Duvall,
Robert Duvall, yes.
Colin Farrell, and the lead one is How to Get Away with Murder.
What's her name?
Annalise Keating. Good lord.
Okay, all right, fine.
But,
Segue.
what was this?
She's hot.
Ruby Rose,
Yes.
Yeah,
but a
just-
terrible actor.
we were just talking about how bad she was in
but she's hot
Batwoman.
as
She was
shit.
so bad. I wanted to
cannot
like this. I
deny it.
like.
Well, we're gonna find out for real if she can pull it off in the fall.
Did you guys see the Meg shit with her in it?
See what?
The Meg this year?
Oh no, I haven't seen the Meg.
You guys see the Meg?
No, I didn't get to it.
She's Ruby Rosa, and she's the tech girl.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
No, the standard tech lesbian. Best trope ever.
That's a standard thing too.
As the producer on this show, best trope ever.
It's a real life trope, not a movie trope.
Yeah, she plays the
Yeah,
computer.
it's true.
Plays the computer gal and just having a good time on there. But like, I mean, Jason Statham, I'm not lying, punches a shark. It's a real thing that happens.
As you do.
So, okay, we got another movie we want to talk about.
I mean,
I have a couple. I have like one or two left.
okay, hit it back.
Yeah.
We've overrun this podcast.
I know. I
I have a list of about like 30, 40 movies.
only have 4 on my list. We had 2 of mine. I was gonna say the one I got shamed from earlier was Chasing Amy.
Ugh.
So can I give you my reason I like it so much?
Try and defend it.
Okay,
Go for
so
it.
Chasing Amy at the time, which is funny because won Spirit Awards at the time. It was heralded as this great movie because there were no movies like it at the time. And don't get me wrong, if you're a movie buff from the 90s, you love anything Kevin Smith and anything like Quentin Tarantino. Like,
Fair.
So like at the time, there was nothing that had like it has none of your tropes usually. You want to say it's so the reason. I mean, so it's dialogue's good. I think it's interesting. It gave a weird look into comic books at the time, which at the time was
Unheard of. Not
so there's a lot of things I enjoyed that I liked a lot. I like the acting, even though it's got a really rough Ben Affleck in it, like really rough.
Very rough.
But I like Jason Lee a lot. I liked what's her face who plays Amy. Lauren Eifert.
Yeah.
The reason I enjoyed it so much when I was younger is because like. As a bisexual person, there's not a lot of bisexual characters out there that are legit. Because usually it's like the slutty sorority girl who just like hooks up with like her friend, you know? Like I felt like that was what she was. I never saw her as a lesbian per se.
And that's the problem I have with this movie, because she's not portrayed as a bisexual woman. She's portrayed as a lesbian who gives up her lesbianism for a man.
Well, at the same time, if you saw the follow-up movie, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, she's back with women at that time. So
follow-up movie.
They're all the movies have 2 characters in each one. They're all connected. It's Jay and Silent Bob. So the one that comes out after that's Dogma, and the one after that is Jay and Silent Bob, where they make a movie based on the comic they wrote, and they all go to the premiere, and she's there with her new girlfriend, and she's like, she's like the girl's like, you dated that guy? Like it's a funny little line.
Okay.
Like that kind of stuff.
See, that gives me a little bit more respect for it, because that's the real problem I have.
Well, I like her.
Like
she has that speech where she doesn't want labels. I don't labels. I love who I like. I like that. For someone who was feeling those exact same emotions, like I don't want labels.
I can see you identifying with it.
Yes. So I enjoy that movie a lot. This is just a movie. I don't know if it is a lesbian. I would say it's a bisexual movie, which I enjoy. But But at the time, there were very set like boxes for everything.
True.
So like it had to fit in this box.
It fit well for its time. It hasn't
It's a
necessarily
very 90s
withstood
movie,
the test of time.
But also I enjoyed it as a film person just because I like more morality aside, the way it was made was really well. I like the dialogue. I like the pacing of it. I like the direction.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I like the dialogue and that. I just don't like the plot.
I actually I don't mind the plot. I mean, like I get you to know the plot, but like I like to think like there's a spectrum and there's confusion and there's whatever.
True.
I like his weird, horrible idea at the end where like because also when you see the self-help, Jason Lee's character is gay later on.
Yes, right. I like that.
Like when they do the follow-up movie where he's like he's dating the black character from early on.
Right. I just wish it would have been more blatantly obvious that she was bisexual. Like, say bisexual.
I feel like at the time that was such a weird like you don't know what to say. It was like just no one.
It's become such a trope. Like, and we're not going to put a label on it. Is the way that they say bisexuality in movies now.
Yeah, I'm aware. But I said I enjoy that one for that reason. That's was mine. And
I haven't seen that one.
Really?
Yeah,
it's worth a watch. I'll give it that. It's definitely worth a watch.
James and Bob in all these movies, Bob rarely stays in with. It's the most lines he ever has. He gives a whole speech at the end about chasing Amy. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Smith really never writes himself any actual lines. He just stands there the whole time.
The only other thing I've ever seen them on is Degrassi.
They are Degrassi.
They make a movie at Degrassi.
This is how much I'm a Kevin Smith fan. I watched that episode of Degrassi just because they were going to be on it.
And that's gay, too.
They're on, obviously, Clerks, then Mallrats, then Chasing Amy's the third one, Forlan's Dogma, the fifth one's Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. They're in Scream 3. They're also
I know a lot about their, their history. I've just never seen any of it.
They're doing a new one real soon. But yeah, I mean, they're very 90s, so.
I'm going to bring up just a quick...
I can't believe you guys haven't brought up Carol yet. I've been in the whole movie for this whole time.
I mean, okay, so here's my thoughts on Carol.
Or Black Swan, both of them.
We brought up Black Swan.
For a minute.
Okay, here we'll do Carol, and then we'll do Black Swan, and then we'll do everyone kind of like finishes up
one
with
last movie. Okay,
one last movie. All right. So Carol, I loved it. It's one of the best made lesbian movies. That's Charlize Theron, right?
That's Kate Blanchett, right?
Kate Blanchett.
Blanchett,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
I mean, another talented blonde actress. Yes,
Yeah.
I get you.
I mean, that actress, that character of Carol is compelling. It keeps you moving through a very, very slow
It's a very
movie.
slow movie.
It's very slow, but like the problem with Kate Blanchett is she's so fantastic in everything she does. She can make you. She could do a movie about reading the phone book. You'd watch it. She's such a great actress. Like she's
She
so
is.
like she can take any script and just make it work. I agree with you. It's a very fucking slow movie.
It is. And I like Rooney Mara in it, too, is such a weird character. And I don't think it got kind of the praise for the acting that she did to kind of bring forward this character that was just odd and very, like, I don't want to say she was broken, because she wasn't broken, but there was just there was a nuance to how she played that, because it could have been bad.
Well, she always plays over characters this really weird angle. Like if especially with this, I assume the script calls for a certain like view of the character. She takes a weird side view every time. It makes it work because she's that kind of actress.
Yeah.
But like even in her like everything she does, she just like does this weird view of it, and it works because she's like alternatively fantastic when she works stuff.
Yeah, and I think the truest form to Rooney Mara is when she got the girl with the dragon tattoo. It was already a weird angle, and
Yes.
she did great in it. Don't get me wrong, but
I
the
love that
movie,
version.
it was hard to watch as someone who's a huge fan of the book, because that version of it kind of strays from the book very far, especially at the ending, when the ending in the book is incredible. But she that was her character, because that's what she was good at. That was her first big movie, and so I feel like she kind of stuck with that. She's like, I need to take the weird angle on this, because that's clearly the interesting character, and I love it. Also, shout out to Waterloo, Iowa, where they have sex in the movie.
Oh, Lord.
Bless Waterloo, Iowa, and that video that goes around Tumblr of they sing Waterloo, Waterloo.
No, don't start.
But Carol,
Yes.
it's just Carol saying Waterloo every time. If you have a moment in your life that you want to waste, do it.
Or not.
Kate Blanchett's so good.
She is. And the director, the photography in that movie is just
Yes,
fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful.
Really good.
The sets in that movie really made
It's a weird movie because like it got a lot of like award love ish, but like it's this movie like it's such a hesitant movie. Everyone does everything really well and really like phenomenal, but like it seems to miss like this epicenter of like that would make it an excellent movie. Like it needed something else. Like it seems like every act of the movie, the acting, the directing, like we're waiting for someone else to like, hey, bring it home with this, and it misses. You watch it and you're like, oh, that's really good. I really enjoyed it, but like you're just missing.
It just fell a little short.
Something like from like it's hard to like not like a movie that's been so well made. I mean, it's like I don't know.
And everyone talks about how iconic it is, but I don't know anyone any lesbians in the community that sit down and watch it all
I was
the time.
gonna say I have no desire to ever see it again.
No, but
I
part
own
of that
it,
is
Oh, really?
I
You
have
own
no
it?
desire to ever see
I
it
would
again.
never watch it again. It's one of those. It's a good movie to watch once, and
yeah. But the other thing is, I don't think I need to see it again, because I do remember it so clearly, and I can see it so vividly. So it's one of those
It was well made.
It's like
Yeah.
Moonlight.
Yeah. I will never have to watch that.
for the
again.
record, that's a great analogy. That is, we're gonna Katie off her off because like I love Moonlight. It's a great fucking movie.
But I don't ever need to see it
I'll
again.
probably never see it again. You're buying movies. You loved it the first time so much. You realize like I've had it on my like I bought Her because it's one of my favorite movies, and it's been sitting there for years. Like
you just need it.
Like I need to. I
Comfort.
love Her so much, but like man, I just don't watch that movie. It's just sitting there like
I challenge you to watch it and then watch it without, then just listen to it.
I've heard you can listen to it, and it's
There's a lot of really interesting things going on in that movie, and I've watched it over and over, and every time there's something different that just wow.
Her made me think about have any of you guys seen Vicky Cristina Barcelona?
Bits.
No.
You know what I'm talking. You watched? Oh wait, did you watch The Good Bits? I mean, a three-way
right,
scene
I
with
did.
Javier Bardem, Scarlett Johansson, and Penelope Cruz in a threesome is fantastic. I mean, you just watch it for that 5 minutes. You don't like Scarlett Johansson and Penelope Cruz?
No,
they're
she
playing
accidentally
footsie.
just played footsie
Oh,
with me.
that's what that was. I said those words like these three people. Like she got this look on her face like she ate the sourest of candy. It's like, oh no,
Yeah.
no.
I didn't know that was her foot. I thought it was the table, and I got real. Okay.
accidentally
Your
playing
foot.
footsie with me over here.
Okay.
But,
Anyway,
Can
All
we
right.
can we switch topics to a different movie?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think we should mention The First Girl I Loved.
Oh,
Which-
yes.
It's like high school girl figuring out she has a crush, but it also has such a great portrayal of sexual assault, which sounds terrible.
I was like, so that's. Well, you sold me. I should watch this.
Yes.
Like, it really gets the.
But so often, like, when gayness and sexual assault are combined, it seems like one is the cause of the other.
Oh, okay.
And this one did a good job of making a distinction between the two.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a very realistic portrayal of sexual assault.
I've never seen this movie, so.
It's good. I would give it a watch, and it also has a compelling queer storyline.
So what's the actual story, though?
I mean, it's a girl basically trying to get with another girl she has a crush on, but her best friend is in love with her, and he's a guy, and he gets jealous and tries to fuck things up.
Okay.
And it's
Yeah.
really a simple plot, but the main I didn't recognize the one main actress, the girl. She's kind of an unknown, but the other one is from Deadpool. She plays the lesbian in Deadpool.
And the other one is from
Oh, wait.
Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh. Which
She's
one?
the daughter in Kimmy
Yeah,
Schmidt?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you said Teenage Sonic Warhead?
Yeah.
That's her.
Her name is is Heada, or her name is. She's got a weird name, but
Yeah.
she's great in that movie.
And she's
Who's
great in this
Queer
movie.
in real life, too.
Yeah, and she during The First Girl I Loved, while filming this, she realized she was gay or queer of some sort, and starts coming out throughout this movie. And Cameron Esposito plays in it.
Yeah.
And
I
she's
love,
like
I love her
she's
in comedy. She's
love
fantastic.
her.
yeah. And
Yes.
she shout out to the podcast Query because she has
Oh
really
my
taken and done
God.
so much with that
Yes.
podcast.
I listen to her. She has another podcast called Put Your Hands Together. Her and her wife to do it. I listen to it every week. It's great comedy.
But
It is.
The First Girl I Loved, the downside to that movie, and it just sticks with me, is that Teenage Warhead is wearing the worst wig you have ever seen.
Wait, she wore the wig because she
She's
still had her
wearing
head
because she
shaved?
still has her
Oh.
head shaved.
She went right
And
from The First Girl I Loved to the second Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
And
And
so her head was already shaved.
I love. Okay.
it looks so bad.
Did we all see the second Deadpool movie?
Yeah.
Her girlfriend in that movie is like. I love their reaction. Like hi. Yeah, it's fantastic.
That was a weird, little understated LGBT moments of the year. I loved that one.
Well, I'm a huge comic nerd, and I know every character. And they don't even know if all the characters are going to put in the movie. And her character is this weird, half mutant villain. And why is she oh, you're just the love interest? And this character is such a weird character to be in a big movie. She's an E-list character. Why are they using this character? Oh, you're the girlfriend who just says funny lines. I got that.
Yep.
Also, I know it's a roundabout way, but Deadpool 2 has the best cameo of all time. Who pays money to have Brad Pitt in the movie and make him invisible? He's in the movie. Do you know what? Notice was what they paid him?
No.
Coffee, wasn't it?
You got it. All he wanted, he said, "I'll do the movie for free, just as long as Ryan Reynolds had every day he had to be there, had to show up and give him a coffee."
Oh my god,
That's what he wanted.
fantastic.
What was he in that movie?
He was the Vanisher. So there's the guy who's invisible the whole time.
Yeah.
The character who's invisible all the time is Brad Pitt. So when he dies, you see him. If you look at it real close, that's Brad Pitt's face, and he's acting in a green suit the whole time. He's on set as that person. They made Brad Pitt invisible for a movie, and he only shows his face when he dies.
A Deadpool is so extra in the best way.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's,
but Ryan Reynolds is my favorite actor.
He's so good. And he
Him and his
writes
wife's
such great
dynamics are the
scripts.
best.
They're cute.
Blake Lively is an iconic lesbian in A Simple Favor also.
iconic now? A second ago you were like, I don't think so. Now it's iconic.
Well, no,
She's not a
Everything's
lesbian.
iconic.
Well, but Blake Lively pushed for her character wears all these beautiful suits and
Oh, yeah.
has
Oh,
the
yeah.
swag, and she had to convince the directors and the writers to basically be just do it. It'll be sexy. It'll
Right.
be hot. Let me do it, because they were gonna have her in all dresses.
I heard
She
No.
started
Just
wearing
all
suits
her
in
in
real
the
life
suit
more
is
often
just
now because
She
of
looks great in
this.
suits.
Yeah.
She's
Oh, yeah.
announced that she feels more comfortable in suits than dresses. Mm-hmm. So she starts wearing them to movie premieres now.
Go Blake
Probably she can wear
Lively.
what she wants.
Right.
Yeah.
She pulls it off so damn well.
Okay. All right. I feel how far are we in this, Molly?
We are 1 hour and 20 minutes.
I feel like
into
Keegan
this.
wants us to
Can
drink
we
those
Yeah.
rules.
just talk about my least favorite movie before we go?
Sure. I was gonna let him have one quick movie really left.
Yeah, let's. Yeah.
You can. What's your quick movie?
Blue is the warmest color.
Let me ask you. I have no real opinions. I've seen the movie. And I mean, I agree with what you're saying. But man, the weird. Every time I mention this to a lesbian, they're like, "I hate that fucking movie." It's so.
It's horrible.
It's horrible porn.
It's played out like
porn.
porn
It's-
more than actual masturbation scene. It's just terrible. I watched it and I just turned it off and I'd walk away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's just
awful.
terrible.
It's not
What's-
realistic at
Okay, I
all.
was saying, like, is that
Yeah.
the reason because it's not realistic? Is that the reason?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not realistic at all. They try to like scissor, which I mean,
It's not a thing.
it
For a
can-
very small
it-
group of
it
queer
can
people, it is.
be, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's not.
Yeah.
And
As soon as you put
it's
scissoring on, you lose all credibility.
yeah,
It's like uncomfortable.
100%.
It's so
Scissoring and
pornographic.
long fingernails, you're dead to us.
Yes,
How dare you?
it's awful.
But the movie critic in me loves the dialogue and it loves some of these interesting shots in the movie, but it just ruins it with the plot and where it ends up. And then the sex scenes, the fact that they're just so in your face, there's no lead into it, it just slams you in the face. And the terrible sex, it's
feel
one
there
of
was
those
a
I watched
joke
once and I
somewhere.
went, well, I can never watch that again.
I saw it. I didn't love it at all, to be honest with you, but like I didn't hate it. But like there's hate to it. I agree with you though. I do like the filmmaker. I feel like the filmmaker's got some real talent for shots and mood
yeah.
and like that. But like so like I feel like that's why it gets probably more love than it should because it's like it looks like it should be an Oscar movie. It feels like, but yeah, you're not right. The plot's not great.
I feel like if they took out the plot and put a different one in with the same shots and stuff, it would be an awesome
And without
movie.
the sex scene.
And
the fake vagina.
Not gonna lie, I didn't finish the movie because it made me way too uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it makes all the lesbians uncomfortable because it's not realistic.
If you're gonna make a lesbian movie, have a lesbian in the writer's room.
Do you think there wasn't?
Or have lesbian actors.
I don't think so.
No.
There must have been a
No,
lesbian
No.
They
Lots of
ass-
lesbian movies have male directors and writers.
It's
Well,
like playing
that
out
makes me
male
sad.
fantasy.
Like Criminal Minds.
I'm sorry, what now? Criminal Minds?
Yeah, like the one where they have the girl get out of the vehicle to go confront a man who's acting aggressively towards her, and then she gets kidnapped. Like that, no woman would actually do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
well,
know our
even
safety.
male writers.
Or like, or
Yeah.
there's a girl who's they're like, oh, she must be a stripper because she doesn't have matching panties to go with this bra. Like,
Oh, right, because we all do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even wear. I'm not gonna finish this.
She
Wow.
must not be named. Strikes
Okay.
again.
All right, so we all hit that. Where we you got a last one you want to talk about? You got one last shout out?
Nothing pressing on my mind. I mean, the girl I loved, the first girl I loved, was my last shout out.
I was going to talk about the Kids When We Were All Right. I like that movie.
Oh,
quite a bit.
that was a big coming out movie for me.
That was a good movie.
I'm going to do a quick list of shout-outs to these movies. Below Her Mouth, how terrible, but the iconic bathtub scene, watch it.
Lord.
Do not Below Her
God.
Mouth with the...
Oh, God.
Just
It's
know what
like
you're getting,
Blue is the warmest
getting
color.
into. But it's
It wasn't-
good.
no.
But, no, because the sex scenes
No.
are actually okay.
Okay.
The masturbation scene was actually really good.
Masturbation scene was the only good scene in that movie.
Look,
Yeah.
I've done this. This is episode 35. This is the dirtiest podcast we've done. Like, there's
Well, you
so
brought
much.
the lesbian.
There's
that's
so much
because-
sex in it. Like,
because
like
every-
usually it's like Spider-Man's fighting the guys and the Jedi, or like you guys like fucking
Because
scissoring happens.
lesbians are sexualized.
Movies I've actually seen have good sex scenes. They
Yeah.
don't work
well,
because
it's-
male writers.
It's so sexual and it's like made to be pornography half the time. So we have to like consider this in all our movies because every lesbian movie has a lesbian sex scene. There's no way around it. We don't ever get to just be like enjoy the story.
Not everyone.
Name me 3.
Ooh.
Give me the list.
Ones that don't have lesbian sex scenes.
Well,
Lesbomb doesn't.
Lesbombs doesn't.
Yeah.
Let's see. Doesn't. Disobedience.
If you have to struggle this much.
All right.
Yeah. No.
This is where
They
I
all
leave
do.
you.
Life
There's
Partners doesn't,
a very
but-
slight
Oh, yes,
gay storyline at the end that's just kind of funny. But we've kind of talked about like all of my favorites.
If we're gonna talk about sex scenes, you have to talk about Carmilla because I think that's the best
Oh.
lesbian sex scene
Oh,
I've
my
ever
God,
seen.
lesbian
yes.
sex scene.
All right, that's how we're gonna end it, guys.
Okay.
Carmilla.
Just the kissing up the thigh,
Yeah.
and we all die.
It was so realistic, though. Like,
It was.
There were lesbians in the writing room who had had sex with other
It
women.
was in the
Very clearly.
actresses-
And the actresses were queer.
Yeah, the
they
actresses
knew.
were queer, and they give them a little bit of direction, and then they said, "Go." They said, "Make this realistic. We want something." You see a girl actually go down on another girl in a tasteful way that actually was not pornographic, and it worked so well. It's there. I don't. And then there's actual lesbian sex where somebody's like on top, and I mean, this is getting graphic and dirty.
I feel like we're here's some real personal issues right now.
But there's always a version of it, but this was realistic. The girl is on top and she's doing things with her hands. Like, it felt real. And for the first time, I sat and watched a sex scene and went, "Oh my god, that's what it's like."
Yeah. Which you don't have in any other lesbian movies because there's no lesbian in the writing room, like,
or acting it,
or
or
acting
someone
it.
there to say, "Nah, that's not what happens."
And then you have like,
okay, let's let you guys be technical directors in all these movies. We'll send you out to Hollywood. Like, hey, this is not how we fuck
around Hollywood. They do a lot better.
Or just lesbians all over Hollywood, and just they're making sets and whatnot.
Yeah, they're the ones that just show up on set. They're like, "I got a tube belt," and they're probably just standing there and be like, her nails are too long, and they're like, just build the set.
And my main issue with a lot of the sex scenes is that the actors aren't queer, so they feel the need to put gender roles on one of the characters, which is not true. Like, most lesbian couples don't have set, like, oh, I'm the masculine one and I'm the feminine one, so I'm going to be a bottom. There's no, like, top or bottom like there is in straight couples.
Bringing up the line from Jenny's wedding where the dad asks his daughter who's the one that straps it on.
Yes.
Or no, he doesn't even ask it. The daughter just like brings it up and she's like, "Did you want to know who straps it
Everyone on? Home, if you can't understand her voice, Molly lost her shit when this happened. She's snapping and pointing and things got real violent here. The whole table moved.
But that just sums
horrendous.
it up. Like, why is that comment necessary? I would never say that to my dad. No lesbian would.
Right. And this goes back to the beginning of the podcast here with
would
the
just get
word
very
lesbian being pornographic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just how it is.
It's how it is. And they feel the need to have one character more masculine and, like, the top, which is not true to most of the, like, lesbian couples. There aren't split gender roles.
There aren't roles. There's... I don't...
God, I was hoping you would say something really dirty right there. I was hoping, like, she's like, all right, bring it home, Haley. Say what we want to hear. Like,
well, so
there's
this
no roles. There's just fucking. Like, that's just what it is.
Okay, but I wanted to, like, really filthy there. It's like,
I'm more dominant the other times, but either way, it eventually evens out.
Okay. All right.
There's equality.
Sorry, what?
There's equality.
Oh. Yeah.
Freedom for America.
That was the filthiest podcast we've ever done. Goddamn lesbians are so filthy. So there we go. Yeah. So I hope, goddamn, we're gonna wrap this thing up right now. So we're gonna tell everyone how they can find us on social media. If you like our podcast, please rate, review, subscribe, rate, and review, and just find out that we're in TuneIn now. Do you know what TuneIn is? That is the podcast network that's only for cars like Tesla and whatnot. Ooh. We are now on it. So if you have one of those little fancy cars, a smart little sort of thing, we are now on TuneIn. So
these classy people are going to be listening to this podcast, and this episode's going to come on, and they're going to be like, "What?
This is not for your children."
So we're on that right now. So thank you. Please rate, review, subscribe. If you give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, because that's what I check, I will definitely give you a shout out. I will read it. I will say you're great. I mean, there hasn't been a while. Something. So once again, say Mike Priba, thank you for always supporting our podcast. Yep. We want to find us on social media. We are at Better Than 3D on Instagram. We are 3D Better on Twitter. I am Not That Maddie on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, and Macroneer on Facebook. We want to find the other guys who are never here because they're the lamest. Mike Datterman is Mike Datterman on all the social medias, and Paul is Paul the Last Dinosaur on Instagram, and Allison is Thistlewick on Instagram too.
Yeah, and check out our YouTube channel. Right now, there's not much on there, but we are going to start releasing, so you can start listening to us on YouTube if you want. And you might see some videos of some other podcasts that we've done in the past, and we just have video footage to go up with it. We might do a few small videos on there. We're not really sure what we want to go. So if you check out our YouTube, the videos we got on there, leave a comment. Tell us what you want to see on there. What if you want to see our shining faces? If you're like, okay, please just stop putting your face online. You guys have the face for radio. Just keep it that way. But we'd love to hear your feedback and let us know what you want to hear.
Yeah, and if you want to email us, let us know what you want to tell. We are just Better Than 3D Podcast at gmail.com. Let us know what you want to see on the new YouTube channel right now. And also, let us know if you want us to put the backlog. Should we put the backlog on the YouTube channel? We have so much audio that we're not on there.
I think we're probably going to get up some new content. We have stuff scheduled for basically through February. So as long as that goes through, and then we might start backlogging after that, and
Okay.
maybe just do our favorites to
right.
go back up.
Okay, and if you want to buy our merch, we are on TeePublic. You can buy our shirts, our coffee mugs, all that kind of stuff. I'm actually tonight wearing the shirt. I put it on today. I'm wearing my face on my chest.
I love
It's great.
it. Iconic.
Thank you.
Kind of want that.
Okay.
Favorite person.
And Molly, if they want to reach out to you on social media, how they get a hold of you?
wilmobaggins on Tumblr. Go ahead and you can also follow me on Fortnite on the same thing. But if you're on Fortnite, like send me a message or something so I don't just delete you and be like, who's this rando adding me? But yeah, definitely reach out on Tumblr to tell me that you're going to reach out on Fortnite.
Jesus.
And then also throw up your bat signal and and have the pie wafting in the air so that I can find you.
You're so
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Haylee, how can they find you on social media?
I am Butterbeflyin on Tumblr. And wow, I'm going red in the face
I
just
wish
saying that out loud.
I could put on my mic so I could clap for you right now. That's so fantastic.
Butterbeflyin. No G.
No G.
Okay, Jesus.
Give me a shout out.
Kaity, how can they get a hold of you?
I am Candor93 on Tumblr.
Okay.
And as lesbians, we all are just like, we only are on Tumblr.
I know.
The only place to
We
be.
are Tumblr lesbians.
Yes.
It's a very specific brand of lesbian.
But it works.
Also, that could be a podcast. Just
Tumblr lesbians. Yeah, and,
that's the title. You guys make it happen, but I will produce it.
and she who must not be named is going to remain unnamed.
I honestly don't even know what my screen name is.
Okay.
Perfect. So
Okay.
Thanks for having us.
I think that's everything.
if you've made it this far,
Jesus Christ, you're heroes. If you made it to the end. Just
You're an honorary
just-
lesbian, too.
if you made it to the end, leave us a 1-star review. No, don't do that. Don't do
Please
that.
5-star reviews. Yes.
Just email us and just say Pop-Tart, nothing else. And we
Just-
will call you out and be like, yo, you trooper.
Hashtag Pop-Tart in your tweets. We'll do it. Okay.
Hashtag Pop-Tart.
Okay, and because Allison's not here, I'm going to say bye.
I try to discover a little something to make me sweeter.
In a remarkable twist, large sums of stolen money have been reappearing in bank accounts. Authorities have been trying to determine the location of these wire transfers, however, have been unsuccessful at this time.
In love with you, I'll be forever blue. That you give me no reason why you make me work so hard. That you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no soul. I hear you calling, oh baby, give a little respect to And if I should falter, would you open your arms out to me? We can make love not war, and live in peace with our hearts. I'm so in love with you.
The loot received a surprise package this morning. A shipment of stolen paintings estimated to be worth $15 million. Insider sources say that the artwork was originally taken by notorious supervillains of the dynasty.
She's out there somewhere.
It's time for Plan B.
There's a plan B.